Recording is in progress. I'll get our music back. Should be a little bit of sound here. So, we're all here, picking back up in the situation where the party finds themselves underwater. And one group, like I said before, Taraxis, Apo, and Fit, standing within the aboleth's lair, looking at these three branching pathways as Telmoon Apex goes one way, down another path as our Triton Pythias swims, and as another taken by Leto the Mad. And as they disappear into the darkness, before we kind of pick up, I'd like to take us somewhere else and share a vision, something happening that your characters don't see. And we'll open on the sound, ding, the clanging, ding, of a forge hammer and a spark in the darkness as it sparks over and over on a piece of hot metal. And as we pull back, we find ourselves in a majestic temple structure like city, but it has no ceiling. These ionic columns going up to the sky, and everything around it from distance, close and far, is the Nyx. But it does have an architectural structure, almost like a marble floating within this space. And there we see the grand metallic Perforos working on something. And someone enters the room, maybe breaking his focus. And the voice says, "Perforos, I beseech you to take your mind away from this petty squabble with your brother." And as we pan, we get to see Ifara for the first time. She is an ebony-skinned god who wears this white flowing gown, her braided hair pinned up, but her skin almost has the texture of smooth stone or marble. Porphyros breaks for only a moment just to bark, "Heliod must pay for his arrogance, Ifara. And I must stop him." And she goes back. "As we speak, Nylea guides your champions to move to slay the World Eater before it grows large enough and awakes from its hibernation to become a menace across the Skolavel and the Nessian Wood. If they fail, the creature will then threaten my civilizations. If you and Heliod do not stop this, it will end in ruin. Whether Nylea and your champion best this beast, we all know that it just being present in the world is an omen, a bad one. It appears only when the pillars of the world tremble, and it shows that bad things are afoot with the gods. Our worshippers know this. And if Erebos cannot control his own domain, what could this ruin spell for the mortals? We must work together. Only you, Perforos, can get Thassa to see, reason, to not listen to every silly command of Heliod. As she plans to release Krakens and she doesn't even have her bident in hand?" And then Perforos says, "Quiet. Change must come, and we must be ready for it, yes? Change is inevitable. Then let it come. My champions have all they need. I lent one of them my hammer, and he will bring down the World Eater. I will show you, yes." And as she stands there kind of shaking her head, we hear that sound emanating inside of Leto's skull, as he just heard that entire conversation. There, down in those deep halls, right? Those voices of the gods passing through him. And now we will pick back up briefly here as the group is down in the halls traveling. Now, it doesn't have to be long, but I'm giving it over to you. Is there anything like maybe what you're, now these halls are dark, black, frigid water around you. There doesn't seem to be much moving. For the Triton, it's easy. For you Pythias, you swim through this, you have no issues. But it is quiet, it's cold. I'd like to just hear briefly maybe what each group separated is doing or saying momentarily. It doesn't have to be a lot, but just giving you a chance to kind of settle into where they are here and now. I'll turn it over to you.
In the center, definitely Taroxys with Apo and Fitz is just the minute we hear something, be ready to go down whichever tunnel we need to.
Oh, I'm ready. And she's like prancing a little bit.
If we die, may the gods. Well, may the gods.
They may.
Pythias, as he is heading down this passage alone, I think this is the first time in a long time that he has been alone, I think. And he is troubled thinking about the prophecy that Nylea gave us. I mean, he was shaken by the idea. Like he's been open-minded. That's been his whole thing. Is he traveled with you all because he wanted to learn about where you all were from and wanted to see where you all were going. And with the realization that, I mean, the background that he had might put him at odds with any of you, has him pretty deeply shaken. Because, I mean, as I think a few sessions ago, what Mal said, if Thassa calls, the Tritons listen.
Powerful. Yes. It's incredible. Leto. There in the dark, kind of fumbling around, moving through these caverns. And having just heard that conversation from the gods, moving through your head as it suddenly stops and now there's finally some silence. Where's he at? Where's his head at?
He just keeps thinking what Nylea told him when he talked to her privately, and it keeps echoing in his head that if they can't help themselves, how can they help us? And he's wondering how one god's bestowing their weapon to someone is going to help them. And he contemplates that for a while before trying to calm himself being in this dark tunnel alone, thinking back to his days on the streets where he slept on cold, dirty floors, raining mud huts, and he's just trying to calm himself by thinking, I've been in worse. I've been in worse.
Yeah. Talmoon, Apex? How's that duo doing down in the dark?
Apex, first thing I need to know is what's the positions we're in?
I'm assuming that you are on my back.
Are you running or swimming? How are you doing this?
It is a mixture of swimming and then clinging to the sides of the rocks with like claws to like propel myself forward.
Yeah.
And I was thinking that if you were trying to direct me, you would be like trying to like pull my hair in like the different directions.
Someone just has the shield above his head and just a fistful of mane. I would say that if Apex isn't screaming at the top of his lungs. This is probably a time where Telmoon actually falls deeper within himself, because it's been a while since, like, Taroxys is usually the one who is a deterrent, but I'm always safe with Taroxys. Taroxys wakes me up, I sleep at his feet, doesn't matter. This is almost going back to a time where I need to keen in my senses. And it reminds me of the time before, when I had first left my people and I had to travel through the mountains alone before I found Taroxys. So I'm just trying to recenter and just focus my senses, because I know that there's danger out there that I don't fully trust Apex. I might need to get out of here on my own. But at the same time, I'm trying to make sure he doesn't run into too many walls and stuff.
Which he has a few times, and the only time he would scream at the top of his lungs that was at the beginning, and all he said was, "We are going to defeat this tunnel. Let's go!" And as he like darted straight into the tunnel, and he hasn't said anything since.
Now, you are all breathing underwater, but I still imagine you all speaking underwater. That it must sound like defeat this tunnel as bubbles pour out of your mouth. You guys have gotten comfortable.
You want us to pull the crit roll? You want us to do the water right now?
Oh, I didn't even know. I don't. I don't watch all the episodes, but I imagine that's how it must sound underwater for all of you that are talking to each other. But you do hear a subtle, it's almost not a identifiable voice. It almost feels like something kind of in your soul, Telmoon. And it says, kind of a whisper, like, "I am with you. I will guide your hand and where you strike. Always." And Telmoon, you don't hear the voice often. And maybe this is the loudest it's ever been, but it is your blade speaking to you. And
I don't have it quite out right now because I don't want to accidentally stab Apex, but I will clench its hilt a little harder.
You can stab him, it's fine.
Focus.
And so, being in these tunnels, I'd like everyone to give me a disadvantage con save, except for Fitz, Taroxys, and Apo will give me a con save, but not a disadvantage.
Right.
16.
Okay.
21.
Okay.
24.
Okay.
Can't let me have my moment.
I rolled a nat 20 and a 17. This dice loves me.
At 11.
19.
16.
So, Apex got a fail, right?
8.
Oh.
Fitz got a fail.
I didn't test out my dice yet, you guys.
What'd you get? So I know you were good. It was a really strong roll, Pythias. How about you, Leto?
I got a 16.
A 16. Okay. All right. So that's one for you as well.
Makes sense. Why am I getting tired? I'll just ride it. I have the easiest job.
And so suddenly, the way this works is you're traveling through these halls, and sometimes they're tight, sometimes they're wide, but they're definitely dark. And all of you experiencing this is not man-made, these cavernous structures, and it's not easy. Like, what you thought was just going to be one path, all these paths seem to be splitting in multiple directions, sometimes up, sometimes down, sometimes to the right. And you start to realize you don't even see, like, sometimes you'll turn and realize, oh wait, in the dark there was another path to go back that way, and it's very easy to get lost. And of course you have your way of communicating with each other, and you're still probably close by. But you also notice that your vision, for many of you, those of you who failed, it sounds like if I put like a little thing next to you, did you fail? So Leto starts to feel this in the dark. Fitz definitely starts to feel it, and so does Apex. Your vision blurs and you feel a bit woozy. And so it's hard for you to kind of like get your surroundings, and suddenly Fitz, you hear from the cave, Marco.
Polo.
And then Taroxys, you watch as Fitz goes polo and just saunters off into the darkness.
No, 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 no.
I hear it. I follow it.
I grab her.
and
Apple goes forward too.
and so you don't get a chance to grab her. So suddenly, as you guys get deep within this cave to catch up with her, you're able to. I imagine with Troxys is able, but it kind of pushes you deeper into the tunnel yourselves. So here's what happens in terms of the way the labyrinth works. You get to keep trying to. Those of you who are kind of failed that, you can keep trying to orient yourselves. But if you're within a group, the group is going off of your disorientation, not the other way around. So I'm going to start with Leto. I'm going to roll this d6 for you, and this shows up where you will lead, and it will be at a minus. So we rolled a 5, so your number is going to be 4. I am then going to go for Pythias. Roll your number. It was a 5, and there's no minus to your roll.
All right.
I'm going to roll for this group. It was a 4. There's going to be a -1 for Fitz, which she's experiencing. So that will be a 3. And we'll roll for Apex.
I'm just pulling clumps of mane out like, you idiot. There's light. You can see, asshole.
And so as you travel through these tunnels, Leto, you end up in like in a room, a small cavern, and there's no way to come out of the water. It's almost like you find a little pit, and you're still completely submerged, and there at the bottom of it, right under your feet, as you come out of this hallway, or out of this tunnel, is a decaying large creature. Kind of, it looks cat-like. You can tell, like, almost looks like it had a cat or a lion's like head. It doesn't have much skin on it. It's mostly bone. And you see that, and then next to it, you see a broken painting frame. Like, it's just busted up. The frame is all busted up, and the canvas is tattered and slowly decaying from just being soaked in this cold water and just disintegrating. Pythias, you find yourself at a dead end. Suddenly the wall comes to a dead end, and there in front of you in the dark is a glowing blue crystal that just juts out of the rock, almost inviting, but it's like glowing blue. Looks like it's naturally reminds you of the green crystals that Apex dug out, or that you fought with that creature, but this one is a blue, like a turquoise, and that's what you see. Now, trying to catch back up with Fitz, you all end up... Fitz, you lead Taroxys and Apo into a pretty large, I'd say a space that's probably 20 foot in a radius. And it's just a pit of... it looks like it kind of drops out a bit, but it's a pit of bones. Just a bunch of gathering of humanoid and different... Just a bunch of bones in this room. And then, last but not least, Apex ends up swimming into a small room that allows you to come out of the water, and there's a mound, and on that mound in the center of this, like, maybe 30-foot wide room is a body, quite desiccated, on a mound. That's what, and a large overarching, like, cap ceiling. You don't really see where the ceiling goes, but there's this, like, one of everyone else. What the heck was that? Okay, that was strange. Something just like popped in my room, but it seemed like it came off the ceiling, but it's like a BB or something. Okay, weird, very strange. I don't see I don't know what happened or what it did, but okay. And so, yeah, That is the only room that comes out of the submerged area where, like, where you're breathing air. Everyone else is still underwater. What do you all do? You're and and basically what I did just to guide us, if we you can, there's nothing, there's no fighting happened, but if anything happened, at least you rolled your initiative, so we kind of know the movement of where everyone is. But feel free to roleplay what you're doing in the space that you're in.
Did we defeat the tunnel?
No, did you find it? No, we haven't. Can you just go that way?
This way?
And he points in the other direction.
So you guys are gonna double back.
Yeah. I mean, we gotta find another path.
Another path, yes. So as you decide to double back, Leto, what are you doing?
Blindly kind of searching the remains of the skeleton, but when his hand touches the parchment, does it like disintegrate on touch, or is there some like sturdiness still to it?
The parchment just disintegrates on touch.
Okay.
Can I have a history check? History or survival?
Nat 20 for history.
Okay. So this was a small manticore that is clearly deceased here. And based on what you know about the party, now you met the party after the crumbling of this tower, so it doesn't come to you quite easy, but you put two and two together as you remember what they were talking about, and what you were told by Zen when he talked to you as a ghost. This creature looks like it may have been a creature that died here in the water, but came out of the painting from the collapsed tower above. That's what you, unless you're touching anything or rifling through anything. I mean, you touch the painting. That's all you see. Pythias, I had you in the room where
The blue crystal.
the blue crystal. What
Yeah.
are you doing?
This seems like it could really help us. I am, because I can do this, I'm going to pop a divine sense to see if it shows evil somehow.
Mm-hmm. You do not sense any evil. You do not sense anything divine as well. You do sense energy, power.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if I can, I would like to take the glowing blue crystal.
You can't take it, but when you touch it, you imagine you want to try to pull it out, and you realize it's stuck to the wall, and it kind of starts to glow, and you get electrocuted as this lightning runs through you, and then you let go. But then you realize you haven't lost any hit points, any health. Everything works as according, but you feel this funny feeling, like you feel these currents running through you. As you settle in, you realize that you don't know how for how much longer, but for now, your AC has gone up. You're harder to hit because of this electric current. Essentially, you feel like what you think an eel feels like, and so you're +2 to your AC. And
+2?
Yes.
Okay.
And every one of your melee attacks deals 1d4 extra lightning damage for now.
Love it. Yeah, and I will briefly tell Leto, found a cool rock, but I need to double back. Dead end.
I'm just kind of going through everyone. Since I know that people are making, and so you're going to double back to tell them you found the rock. Oh, and you tell that to who? To Leto.
To Leto, yeah, because
Yes.
I can send a message to him.
And then in the room with the bone pit, What is Fitz, Taroxys, and Apple doing?
Apple's trying to pull Fitz from the pit before she stumbles in.
Look at all those bones.
Can I have a
Move back
perception
unless you
check
want to be
from-
one of them.
Perception check from everyone.
I'm so good at those. It's an
17.
8.
Okay.
It is 19.
Ooh.
I love you, Vic and die.
How would you get Taroxys?
8.
8? Okay. So, Apple and Fitz see something glimmering deep within the pile of the bones. Like, not magical glimmering, but, you know, something shiny. Something maybe that glimmers off of Fitz's, you know, light spell. Reflects off the...
I think you should stay up here and I'll go dive down and get that.
Do you need any help? I could help.
Just keep shining the light where it is. And he'll...
Uh,
Is it so it's like an incline? Or is it just a straight up pit? Is there like...
It's kind of like you swim out and it... So it you can tell that the ground goes down, but the pit is almost full to the point where the bones are almost flat. They're like a mound in this pit.
Okay.
Yeah. And then there are a couple other exit ways to this. This isn't a dead end. There are like, you know, something could come out of the other, you know, 2 halls on the other side of the room. But yeah, something kind of glimmers like it could be treasure or something.
Before you go down, Apple, here, and he'll pull rope out of his pack. It ties it around his waist. Okay, I don't know if it's that deep, but if something jumps out and tries to drag you in, we'll drag you back.
So one tug for danger.
Okay.
If you tug at all, I'm yanking you out.
Alright.
Good luck.
So he'll go
So-
down and move through the bones.
You go kind of dig down and you just kind of start rummaging through and start pushing them. Some of them start kind of floating up. The lighter ones, you start pushing them away. You have to reach your hand down in that, between all these femurs and different humanoid bones to get it, and you grab it. It's smooth, cold, it's glass, and then you
Smooth,
bring
it's
it up.
cold, and it's glass.
And when you bring it up, it's a bottle about so big with a boat inside of it. And the like wooden built boat, and there's little little rhinestones like decorating the boat, and that's kind of what reflected. But it's a boat in a bottle. That's what you found.
And it's corked, or is it...
It's corked. It's corked because it would have been ruined. So it's corked so that no water is inside of it.
So Apple will carefully look at this and tug. And hold on for dear life.
What is he gonna do?
He's gonna
Pull
holding
the
on
cork out.
Yeah, he's
No, he
he's
tugs the
pulling
rope.
on the rope.
Oh, he's pulling the
So
rope.
he's-
Got it.
Yeah, so he pulls on the rope and then he holds
Yank.
on to the bottle.
Leto, somewhere in the dark, you turn, and you're touching the walls, and you touch something kind of wet. I mean, everything's wet, but you touch something that's soft and bulbous, and it's like, oh, what is that? And then it's like, that's another something. They almost seem like eyes. And then this thing, I know it's really dark down
How
here. I imagine that.
big of an eye did I just
And then you
touch?
touch something that look like big, like lips, like long lips. And then something starts to glow like green, and it's a little stalk, like a little stalk on top of this thing's head, and it's a giant fish face.
Cool.
And this thing reaches out like with these webbed hands to grab you. This humanoid. This is not a Triton. This is not even the creatures that you guys fought before. This is some other shit. It's got gills in its chest, and it just reaches out. It will make an attack here.
Okay.
As it's with its one with its strike for 22 to hit. And so it grabs you with the whip, and the claw kind of like, and then it
Sure
pulls you
you are.
in, and then bites for 18. Does the 18 hit?
18 does it.
So you will take D4 piercing as it bites into you. You go as you like yell out in pain. So you take 4 damage from the bite and and 6 damage from this claw, and another 3 lightning damage as it like zaps you.
Will uncanny dodge that.
Okay. And so now all this has happened within seconds, and everyone is in different places. Now, of course, with Leto, with the connection you have, can they hear your scream? I imagine. Who you're connected to, or is it a message that has to be sent?
It's more mental.
It's more
So
mental.
if
Okay.
so if I screamed, it'd be verbal, so they wouldn't hear the scream, but
So-
they would hear just me go shit.
Oh, yeah, in your mind. So, yeah, you guys hear that. So, alert to it. So, here's where those of you, before we start another round, those of you who are affected by something making your vision blurry, you can now give me another con save, including you, Leto.
Disadvantage still?
Yeah, is this a disadvantage?
You're good at this. Just pass.
That's a good question. It's still a disadvantage because you're under it right now, yes.
Not a wisdom save.
But the
Nick.
DC has come down because you're trying to orient yourself.
Okay, that is better. Does a 16 do it?
Yes, you feel much better as you start to realize you're starting to the blurriness is starting to go away, the unease is starting to settle.
I got a 17.
That yours is starting to settle.
Just gotta give it a good shake. Nick.
How about
Just a
Fitz?
good shake.
What you get?
Got a 5.
Okay, so Fitz is still a bit delusional here. And can I have a survival check from everyone?
Oh, my favorite.
Aren't you glad we're team survival?
14.
Okay.
16.
Okay.
Holy fuck.
5.
Okay. So 14 and up is a pass on this. So 14 and up, you start to realize, so you can role play to this your advantage, that you realize that there's like some growth on the walls, some kind of like mossy underwater substance, and the spores in the water are what was making everybody kind of off kilter. But once you metabolize it, once you get it under control, you're fine. So Fitz is the only one that's still having that -1 to like where to go. Now what I want to know is what everyone's doing. Now I know that at Apex is trying to double back, right? What's everyone else? Is anyone staying in the room you're at? Are you moving? I think. Well, actually, I know Pythias is moving back, so Pythias is going to be rolling again. So will. And actually, because of your survival check, Apex, you and Telmoon will have a +1 to your next roll.
So,
What'd you get for your survival, Apex?
You gotta-
that was a 12. I didn't
Oh
get...
no,
yeah.
that's actually not that good. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I rolled a nat 20, if that helps.
Yeah, you rolled a nat 20. Okay, then that's maybe what I was thinking about. I'm sorry. And so, yeah, so now let's go back to there's a terrible, awful monster in the room. Here's what we'll do. Since there's a monster in the room, we'll treat it like initiative. The monster has just gone, so we're at the top of the round. We'll go Leto, then we'll go Team Telmoon and Apex, then we'll go Team Apo, then we'll go Pythias. So fair, and then the creature. The creature's it gets the surprise, but it goes last. So Leto, what do you do? And you could run away from this thing. I mean, you could disengage and try to get away from it, or you can try to kill it. I don't know.
I don't think I'm gonna be able to fucking kill it. So, well, I'm grappled, right? So I have to get out of grapple.
No, you're not grappled. It just like
Okay.
it just slashed you. It didn't grab you. No.
Okay. Then yes, Leto's going to kind of like rotate himself back, use his feet, push off this creature to disengage,
Okay.
and he's going to swim as far as he can, and then he's going to manifest a blade and just throw it a fucking direction at this point to teleport very far away from it.
Okay.
I teleport 50 feet away from it.
Okay, 50 feet. Because you use that ability and you're moving, I am going to allow your ability to give you a +1 to your D6 roll. So, as you swim flying away from this thing, you end up at the entrance. You come out, you're swimming through those tunnels, and you come out in the Aboleth's lair. And no one's there. You're just by yourself. That's where you're at right now. And that thing is somewhere behind you. Moon. And
Token, did you find it? Token.
So you guys are swimming through. Token.
Somebody kill Token. Let's go. Let's go, Apex. Charge.
I know you've already. I'm not rolling for you because I would allow you to roll a survival, but you roll. Yes, one of you give me a survival check because you're trying to get back, right? And who are you trying to get to right now?
We don't know. Apex didn't respond. We just were trying to get somewhere.
All right, so then give me a survival check.
We're trying to beat the tunnel. That's why he's rolling so damn low.
You get the survival check, and then you're gonna get either a.
Go ahead, Nick. Your rolls are more fun.
We are so doomed.
Can't be worse than my -1, is it?
I have a -1 as well, so it's the same. 10.
Yeah.
10. Okay. All right, so you get a 3. So you end up actually. You guys, before they get a chance to leave, you guys show up in the bone pit. So now, in the bone pit, Apple, you're telling them to tug. They're pulling you back up, and then Taraxis looks up and sees a light coming. He prepares his maul, whatever weapon he flips out, and then suddenly out of the darkness, whoa, it's just us, comes Apex and Telmoon. So now
the
this
big
group,
kill Token.
Oh, hi.
Hello there.
There you are.
We
Tell me. Good to see you're safe.
Lito won't respond.
Oh.
I found a boat
Oh,
in a bottle.
equally important.
It is of quite nice craftsmanship.
and so with this, go ahead.
I don't know where Leto is, but if he's not communicating with us, I'm gonna cast message, which is only 120 feet. I'm just gonna be like, Earth to Leto, hello, are you okay? Are you out there?
Leto, it reaches you. The pathways are like it's almost but
I'm
the
right
paths are
here. It's
curvy
just
and tight, and so yeah, I'm gonna say it gets to you.
Fucking double back and be careful. We're not alone in these tunnels. Think, I don't know, relative of your friend. You call him Pythias, I think.
You probably ran out of.
And as he
words
says,
at
we're
that
not
point.
alone in these tunnels. This thing jumps out, comes down the tunnel behind Telmoon and Divine Telmoon and Apex, and will strike at Telmoon.
Try it. Dare you?
It's not gonna hit you on that first attack with this.
I was
for
gonna
the
say,
bite.
how close were they to us?
You guys are all in the same room, so yeah. I'll say we're role playing in the mine. So remember that room is only like 30 foot wide with the bone pit. And everybody's floating over it, so it's pretty close. Everyone's within 30 feet of each other as this thing comes out and strikes, and it misses both attacks against Telmoon. Pythias, what are you doing?
I didn't get anything from Leto about where he is, so I'm heading back to the entrance if I can find it.
Give me a survival check since you're trying to go back to the entrance to try to find it.
Roll a 14 again.
14. Okay. 14 will put you. So basically, what it is you get to go one in the direction. So you're going. So basically, 4 goes to 3, which takes you in the direction of where you were trying to go. But you end up. You end up in the bone pit. So like you are now that's where you show up with the rest of the group.
Is he in smiting range of the?
Yeah, if he wants to come in and yeah, you can come in and attack that
All
creature.
right.
It's your turn.
Yeah, and
Do it, Pythias. Make us proud.
he sighs and takes a bonus action to turn the stupid mace into a trident.
Peer pressure.
Yeah,
The peer pressure as it begins to transform in his hand.
and yeah,
The
swims
party
forward to.
encouraging him to be a stereotype of his people.
Yeah.
Oh, terrible. And that's a 19 to hit.
That's gonna hit.
Yeah, lucky charm.
All right. And what? So it was extra D4 lightning.
Yep. In addition to,
Yeah.
so I gave you that. Do you have the?
Yeah.
The ability
It's-
for the yeah.
Yeah, it's a trident, and then it's a plus a D6 radiant.
Yep. And they make
Okay.
it plus.
All the damage. And what do I add? I should know this by now. Geez, 20 damage total.
All right, so this blow on this creature is tough, and enough to where kind of cleave into you kind of spin back around and cleave it across the chest, and it like floats backwards, and it looks dead for a second as it continues to move. As normal, like red blood spills out of it and fogs up the water, but it's still alive.
And I get 2 attacks now.
And you can attack it again. Yep.
Yeah. Fuck it up. That's more. So yeah, let's do this shit again. Okay, that's 15 damage.
All right, it will take all of that. So
Sing all along.
as it staggers back, the creature looks really hurt, and then just swims away. No disengage, it's that quick. Just swims away back into the darkness, but really damaged and is gone. What does the party do?
Oh. Apex.
Charge! Charges down and like a torpedo, going down the tunnel for it.
So Apex is going after it.
With Talmoon on his back still.
Give me a give me a investigation check.
Oh my
Yes.
god, yes.
We're even better at that. Let's do it.
Funny
How
enough,
is
I
it-
am better at that.
How is it we had a centaur that like never got ridden, but now the cat folk are?
That's a 14.
14. Okay.
Beats my 0.
So what you end up doing is you're swimming through these tunnels. You don't find this creature, but as you swim away, everybody watches you, like you and with Telmoon on your back. You swim through these dark. You turn. You can smell this thing, right? You know it's somewhere. You can even like see a couple marks where it left off it's close by, but you enter a room, and as you enter the room, it's a smaller space, but there's a large crack in the wall. The glint of the light off of Telmoon's horn picks up that there's a large crevice in the wall. And beyond that crevice, you can tell that even as large enough for Taroxys to slip through, small enough for you guys to go right through, on the other side of it, you can hear a faint. Like there's something large sleeping beyond that. Then you look up as the creature is swimming in circles in the room above. So if you want to attack it, it's there. But now, So now groups have split again. 2 groups are together. Leto's at the entrance. Apex and Telmoon have found a completely different room, and everyone else is in the bone room. So you can still you want, because you can still take a turn. So if there's there's something you want to do here, Apex, it'll just count as your turn for this round.
Okay.
Out of order if you want to.
Apex will yell at the fish And
Well, you roared in the water.
that's a nat 20.
The heartbeat on the other side of the crevice starts beating faster after the roar goes out. And you got a 20. Yeah, you hit the creature.
And that is going to be 5d5 of psychic damage.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Yeah, that is 24 psychic damage.
How do you do it? This thing, psychic damage rolls through it. Is there anything particular that we see?
So the roar just goes through it, and then the fish just goes on its side and starts floating to the top.
Awesome. Like, and it just floats. And there's no ceiling. I mean, there's basically just a cavern ceiling where its body's kind of like floating there, dead. You guys see this crevice there. We know before you guys can respond or do anything else, we can kind of keep moving. What's Leto doing? What's the other group doing in the bone pit? There's no combat now, so we're kind of just free role playing here.
Taroxys is...
Okay, go ahead.
Oh, he's just holding his ground, waiting to see if it comes back. He's gonna park here and be a rallying point.
Okay.
Leto's gonna tell Pythias telepathically, I fucking got turned around back at the big fish fight. I'm heading back to the center of the three-way split, alright? And he's going to swim his way down there.
Can I have an insight check from Apex and Telmoon?
You guys are good at that, right?
Do I see anything else in the bone pit?
That's all that you're able to find in terms of treasure here.
Nat 20 for a 25.
Oh wow. So Apex,
Thanks.
after he's finished like killing this creature, turns at the crevice and realizes and has a strong feeling whatever you all are looking for, it seems to be resting beyond the crack in the wall. But with its increased heart rate, it also may be awakening sooner than it should be.
Just Apex turns to, or like, just says to Telmoon, "We found it! Right there!" You're muted.
You were muted.
Token! Token!
Who is Token? Who is the message to his Token?
It's Leto.
Leto.
He calls him
It's to
Token.
Leto, but Leto doesn't know that. He's just thinking, why is someone thinking token all the fucking time?
So he can hear it. It's like very faint. Taroxys is kind of dug in. Fitz, Apo, Pythias, what are you all doing?
I would respond to Leto.
Mm-hmm.
We're in a room with bones. We weren't alone here. Apex and Telmoon went off after a fish man that attacked.
He'd reply with, yeah, I ran into him. Not related, are you?
No. It's probably dead, to be honest. I hit it pretty hard.
How's everybody else doing? Are you near anyone?
I just said I didn't say who I was near. Yeah, I'm with Fitz and Taroxys and Apo.
Oh, like puts the bottle with the boat like right in your face, like, don't forget. Tell him.
I almost forgot. Apo found a ship in a bottle.
Okay, don't know how that's relevant right now. Just trying to get to you guys.
He doesn't think that's relevant.
It's so relevant. We found it
I was-
in here.
It's a boat in a bottle.
Yeah. No, I get it. It's neat. I like it.
I'm supposing I should follow my uncle.
Yeah, I
The
mean,
heart rate
Leto
starts
said
to
to go
slow.
back.
Apex and Telmo. Sorry, continue.
Leto said to go back, but I'm kind of thinking that more urgent matters call us that way.
When he was coming back to us, wasn't he?
I don't know. I haven't been talking to him. That's what he
Um,
told me.
Can
You're
anyone talk
Coming
to
back to us, right?
So Leto, you
I
gonna
love
try to get
how
to
everyone's
them?
like just Professor
Yeah.
Xavier.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm trying to find you guys right now.
All right, let me get a survival check from you, Leto.
Just follow the blood token.
So can we all hear Token? Is that
No, only Leto can hear me.
I can't, but like he's never called me Token out loud, so I'm like, why does he keep thinking Token?
because Appo's totally confused why everybody keeps going like this? Also, like
Yeah, like all this.
he's like holding this bottle, like what the hell is going on?
I got a 15.
All right, and so I'm gonna treat this one. So you're trying to work your way back. You've been through a couple of these tunnels. So I'm gonna roll your die, but I'm gonna add a. You're gonna be able to add a +2, and if that +2 gets you within range, you'll be where they are. So you got a 6. So here's the thing,
Fuck.
Leto.
Cool.
You actually swim by. You don't make it to the bone pit, but you do make it to Telmoon and Apex, to where the crack is.
Apex is just like a just excited like grin, but it looks terrifying as he points over to the cavern with the heartbeat.
Just have a fist in
It's
his
suddenly
mane
that
trying to.
the heart starts to pick up yet again.
Oh, that's not cool.
You did it, Token. I knew you could smell the blood.
Is that what
So
you
Token,
call
do you
me?
tell the other group that like, hey, I'm over here with them? Like,
Is that what you call me? Is
Yeah,
that
you're
what
a
you've
new
been thinking, Token, this entire fucking time?
You knew you were a new Token. I told you that when I met you. We needed a new one.
I don't know what that means.
You're a Token human.
Does not clarify, but okay. People call me mad. Yeah, he's going to one at a time. So Pythias, then Fitz, same message. Somehow I passed you guys and found Telmoon and the loud one.
Remind them to bring the bottle.
He also says, "Bring the fucking bottle."
suddenly you hear like a light roar from the bone pit. You guys can hear something like kind of roll through the water. Ooh. From you all, you kind of, the bunch of bubbles rush through as something has made some noise beyond. It is gone.
No.
We should try to meet back up. I mean, probably follow the blood.
It's not beat by the pit.
Yeah.
All right. So now, because you guys are all together here, group, this is now a new group. So you only guys. The good thing is you guys don't have to split your dice, and most of you have overcome the disorienting nature, so you won't get split up again. So who you think is who wants to? Someone's got to lead and give me the survival check. Everyone doesn't get a survival check to try to get to the one person from the Taroxes.
So not Fitz.
Do it, Apex.
Oh, you want me to do it?
You would be smarter, Appo. Yes, you would be a smarter
Yes.
choice.
Yeah, you're the last wisdom based kind of.
Yeah. I mean, if
Alright.
you want me to, but I'm not smart.
I'll do it. So
I can do investigation.
okay. All right. Okay, what are we rolling?
Give me a survival.
Let's roll. Okay. Go back. D&D Beyond. All right. Ooh, 17.
Okay. 17. So you all are moving through these tunnels, and I'm gonna give you advantage because Pythias is in your group, because you guys are starting to double back down a territory that Pythias may recognize, right? So give me another roll.
Okay.
Oh, actually, no. You actually, I'm gonna give this another roll, and I'll take your. We'll see if this gets you in a different location, and I'll give you a +2 to it. So, okay. Oh, actually, give me another. Pythias, give me a survival check.
Okay.
Because I'm trying to make this make sense. I don't want it to be just random for the sake of random.
16.
Because this could go two ways. 16. Okay. So you all end up swimming by that room where there is a body on a mound, but you're underwater and you keep going. Pythias, you're able to circle around and not go. You find that hall where you touch the orb, but you eventually make it to the room with your group. You all have arrived, but I also need to roll. Okay, the heartbeat is still thumping, but it's at the same pattern right now. And I imagine that Apex in his internal clock is monitoring that being on.
And you just see him now just like pointing at it while also like kind of like both with both fingers. It's time.
What do y'all do?
Said the word. Let's start going towards it.
Ready an attack.
What's the marching order? Into
Do we have
this?
2 light sources right now, though? This fits in.
Are you turning
Someone's
off your
still
light
up.
sources? Yeah, how are you doing this? Right now there are 2 light sources.
I can be semi-useful without light for this round if you want the light off for the surprise. But I would need to turn my light on next round, or else I'll be useless for the rest of the fight.
Apex would try to be up in the front next to Pythias, and he would kind of do that crouching down pose of like a panther.
Have you let me off your back yet?
No.
Okay.
You can disengage from them, man. It's not like you're mounted on like you're bolted.
If I'm here, bro. Like, this is where we're at.
I mean,
Uh,
okay, so if we're gonna be up front, then because Apex, you have dark vision, right?
I mean,
I will.
I do.
I
So
will
I have dark
deactivate
vision
my
and
light.
blind sight, so
I'll
can go in
deactivate my
first.
light, and I will use the direction of Apex to know what to hit.
And we don't see anything yet. We just hear that
You
thumping.
just hear, yeah. You just gotta travel down this. So I'm wondering how it's gonna open up, but so once it opens up and I kind of reveal what you see, but I'm just kind of wondering what the marching orders is. It like, is it who's leading,
So
or who's
Apple
like
will
the
go.
who's like the flank? If you are like 3 wide or 2 wide, like what's the
I'll stay towards the back.
okay?
I
Fits in the
think me and
back.
Fitz are probably in the back.
Yep, I see that. I figured
I
that.
mean, since I can see, I'll probably be towards front, if not the tip of the spear.
So right now I've got Apex, Pythias, Taroxys, Apple, and
Yeah.
then Taroxys, Telmoon. Kind of bring
Yeah,
up that
Talmoon's on Apex, so yeah, I'm also
on
tip of
Apex,
the
so
spear.
yep, you're just like right there, tip of the spear. Boom. Heading forward. This is the group.
Just Spartan, I have the shield over Apex's head with the with the rapier ready to stab through.
Apex just gonna throw you like a bullet. Just
You guys move through this
Talmoon
water,
special.
and you travel in a straight line, kind of zigzagging based on the way the crack in the the crevice is built, back and forth. So it's kind of hard to see where you're going. For about 60 feet before you come to. There appears to be some kind of light that glitters off the water from where you're at, and you can tell that you're in like a shallow, like a pond, a small lake within one of these large caverns, and you can tell that like it's at least 12. It's like you can't stand up in it, but it's the first time you can realize that you can exit the water. But that's not your main concern. The thing that draws your eye is where that heartbeat, where that noise is coming from, is a mound of gravel and mud at the center of about no more than 40 feet in front of you. A large mound that crests the top of the water, and what it looks like is a large snake is coiled up sleeping under it, like using the mud to kind of to rest. And the snake's head is as large, is almost as large as Apodex's. And it is cresting the top, and its nostrils. So remember when Nylea told you might be able to sneak up on it, right? You are in its lair under the water, peering up, and its head, its nostrils are right above the water line, like an alligator. So it's kind of, and you can hear that heartbeat, like just kind of pulsing through the water, like reverberating through the water. And Apex realizes that for a couple moments there, his roar and stuff almost woke it. You see, like there's just this one long neck careening, not up very high. It's almost like it's just head's resting. The rest of the body is wrapped up tight. Big, massive, probably, I'd say, almost 30 by 30 feet, almost 40 feet. That's how much of a mass it is. What do you all do?
Appo's gonna move as carefully as he can with the spear that Taroxys gave him and go towards the nostril of the thing.
Apex.
Going up to the water surface?
That would require you to kind of start to swim up towards the top and position yourself at the nostril.
Apex also like carefully swimming up, like kind of looking at Pythias.
Okay. So
Yeah, and I'll start swimming out. As we're preparing, I'm going to take a second and like do a quick prayer, and you will see around Pythias, the water kind of shimmers with light, like it's almost like it's sunlight coming through the water.
yeah,
Just these glimmers as he casts Spirit Shroud,
nice, incredible.
getting ready for combat.
Is
And
there enough light to see from above now? Or for those of us that don't have dark vision, it's still too dark in here?
It's still too dark to see very well if you don't have dark vision. Yeah, especially underwater. One might be one thing in the cavern, but down here it's still very dark. Like even all that I described, it's like it's silhouettes almost. Except for for Apodexis, it's different. Things are more well made out. For those with dark vision. So
I'm also going to go ahead and piety cast Shield of Faith.
okay. Anyone that's moving into a position on this creature, I will need a stealth check. Now, Nylea told you about this route. She told you guys actually, it was not as dangerous, so you will get your stealth check at advantage, but a stealth check nonetheless.
That'll be a straight roll for me
Okay.
Why are you disadvantaged?
because I wear medium armor.
The 17.
Okay.
Dirty
15.
20.
Is Telmoon stealthing on Apex's back, or am I just relying on Apex?
I think you're probably just relying on. If you're on his back, then you just need to rely on Apex. So where Apex is, so it sounds like the scarier one is that where I feel like
Apple is the
is
scariest
putting
one.
himself out there. Yeah, like so. What'd you get, Apple?
Dirty 20.
30-20, and then
Okay.
okay, and then where is Apex going?
God damn you, Nick. How bad
Go
was
along
it?
for the ride.
I rolled a 3, so that
Three.
means that I got an 11.
Okay, that's not terrible.
Okay, so Apple again. Sorry, I didn't note these. What'd you get again?
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Okay. Apple. Apple. Sorry, Apex.
An
What'd you get?
11.
An 11. Okay. With Telmoon on his back. The light is off, Telmoon, right? This turn.
Light is off.
And where are you trying to position yourselves? Like.
Whichever the nostril is closest to this thing.
Okay, no. So
Heartbeat, Apex?
Apex. Where are you trying to position? I know exactly where Apple's going for.
Yeah.
Where is Apex positioning?
We tracking the
himself in
heartbeat,
relation to
or
the creature?
where are you tracking?
I am going towards the like around the side where its chest
line.
is. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. We're going in for the head. Okay. How about everyone else?
I would be so if Appa was going towards the head, I'll try and get like around another side of the head, try and be relatively close to him.
Okay. So you guys are gonna kind of be floating off the ground a bit because Appo's up here. I'm gonna move some of these just. Yeah. And okay.
Fitz, we're not in any type of initiative order yet, right?
Nope.
Okay. Before that starts, Fitz is going to kind of like reach into the nothingness next to her and pull a cloak around her out of stars, and she's going to do Cloak of Stars.
Is her light still on?
No.
Where's she
If we
going in?
turned the lights off, I would have turned it off.
Okay. Yep. So she's going Cloak of Stars. So at least what Nylea has granted them, whether they're still doing stealth, whether this thing wakes up or not, they're at least able to get their positioning where they want to be. So she's just standing there, Cloak of Stars. That's it.
Yeah, it
Hi,
takes
Taroxys.
an action, so I would
Got
assume.
it. Well, she can still move, and so is she standing? Is that where she's staying? Kind of.
Yeah,
I'm imagining this thing is a mound right here, and I'm just positioning everyone.
Yeah, she would stay in there.
Okay. Anything for any final changes from Taroxys or Leto?
Taroxys is gonna go ahead and pop Giant's Might.
Yep, makes sense. Start growing. As he becomes very large to protect his friends, just very silently, just growing.
Shit. If Leto breaks the surface of the water with his, just barely his face, is there any place that, is it just a dome shape, or is there any like ledge that he could get to?
Give me a stealth check. Advantage.
Oh Jesus. 32.
Okay, so what you see as your face breaks the surface, similar to what with Apex is, you see all that. So you would break the surface, and you see this entire space. And so from this angle, the surface of the water is here. So everything you see here is as is. So there's like rocks to climb. All the high points in the cavern are in that area, and the cavern. The creature's head is at the crest at the top right here, and then like that maybe what is that? Maybe 60 feet to 70 feet away, the rock kind of looks like a skull, and you see glittering treasure in each of the sockets. You see another collapsed statue, and overall, this appears to be partially a part of this a mountain where the tower collapsed into. And when you look up towards the ceiling, you can see that the cavern kind of moves overhead like a claw, but it's broken into. And then right in the middle, there's a small area, maybe only 40 feet around, where the night sky, the Nyx, you kind of peers, and that's where that moon kind of light is peering down into the space.
All right, Leto would like to try and stealthily, like, maybe steal his way out of the water and within if there's a place within 60 feet of the nostrils where where Apo is attacking, he'd like to try and get out of the water within 60 feet if possible. If not, he'll just kind of skim the surface and wait for everyone to.
So he could be like over there or up here, if that's where he's trying to go.
Yeah, if he can get out of the water, hell yeah.
Yeah. Give me that stealth check. You're more difficult. The more you move, the more difficult the stealth check. But that's what you're good at.
29.
Oh yeah. So you make it out of there. You find yourself up on that like rock next to that ruin, right there, peering down on the head that's like floating kind of right above the water. And so now you're all there. I don't know if you guys still have this mental coordination. How do you attack it? What do you do?
Apo's shoving that spear as far up into that thing's nostrils as it can, try and reach the brain.
And so what I'm asking, Apple, what you traditionally don't do is wait for everyone else. Is there any type of coordinated, or is it Apple just going?
No. So he's going to do that, but he's kind of like waiting till everyone else is in position.
Right, you're waiting. Okay.
Yeah.
And this is a one strike type of moment, right? This is not a full surprise round turn. This is just a one strike. Let's do something.
If you guys get the surprise round off, it's going to be a surprise round, right? If everyone's made stealth checks, so I know whether it's a surprise or not. But I want to know you never know whether a surprise attack is going to work or not. You just know that you still get to coordinate and set up the surprise, right? So who is supposed to go first? And when is everyone? What's the call? When is everyone supposed to?
Apex is waiting for Talmoon to do something, and then he would charge forward.
Okay. So it's on Talmoon's call.
That's great. How far away from it are we?
You guys are right next to we're
right up on it. Okay.
You're right up on it, like next to like where you feel like that heartbeat kind of beating.
You can smell it. It's all up in the nostrils.
Yeah.
Yeah. The minute that you do something, Talmoon, he would rage and then charge at it.
If I can see that Apo is going for a strike, I'm gonna do some finger guns at him and be like, "Oh heck yeah, get him!" and give him some bardic inspiration.
That's like the size of the mound of underwater, what you guys see, kind of like that mound of earth, and then that head on the top. And you're giving an inspiration to who? Bardic inspiration?
I'm giving a D8 bardic inspiration to Apo, and you can use that until if it fails, you can try again.
Nice.
And Pythias, are you striking from the back of the head, the top of the head?
Yeah, I said I was going to flank around the other side of the head from wherever Apo was.
So you're probably like floating right above it, or you're
that seems like a safe place, sure.
Yeah.
We're fighting Jormungandr here, all right? Fuck it.
I mean, is there really a safe place?
No.
Yeah.
It's like right there behind the head.
So I guess Talmoon will telepath to Leto and be like, "Token, we're ready when you tell us to go."
I'm telepathically. I'm starting this. Oh, all right. And everyone that he's linked with, so Fitz, Talmoon, and Pythias, you all get the same message individually. Countdown from 10. And I'll attack.
7, 6, 5, 4.
Wait, you want me to count down? You want me to do a countdown? I could count 10, 9, 8, 7, 6,
He's the only one hearing
5,
you.
4, 3, 2, 1, go!
You
She
all
hits
go
one.
into attack
Yep, I yell at everyone telepathically now.
now.
Ooh.
Apple goes in to strike, and as he does, as Apple goes in, the two eyes right under the water open.
Of course they do.
They know he's there, and the head starts to peel out of the water. Everyone else is still going for their attack. As it's peering, those two eyes, a snake giant jaw coming out of the water, kind of spilling off of this thing as it careens its neck, large red neck back. Apple's going in for a strike. Telmoon's going for a strike, and the eyes open from under the water. Another set of eyes pull themselves out of the mud. A second head is peering at them.
Oh,
Everyone
no.
else,
Hell no.
everyone else gets their surprise attack as the Hydra begins
Yep.
to uncoil.
I hate everything.
So it is.
I was wondering when we're gonna fight this.
It is Apo, Telmoon, and Apex that were exposed, from what I heard.
Yeah, so
Mhm.
Apple, yeah, you guys are exposed. So you guys do not get a surprise attack. You guys are exposed, and you guys are actually surprised by it. So everyone else, it's surprises get your attack. We'll take a 5-minute break here, then we'll
Oh.
roll initiative and go through all of the goodies and fight Polykranos,
Those were
the World Eater.
the
It has
best
a name, this
stealth
is a
checks
problem.
he's ever had.
Yeah.
I figured that Nick had triggered it. I just didn't think Renee did too.
Yeah, it had a plus 14 to perception, but the rest.
Oh shit.
But it rolled low enough where he rolled it. Nick didn't get it, and then you didn't get it. But everyone else is still going to get whatever they do first. So I will treat them as a surprise round, and then I'll treat its attack against you all as a surprise round, and then combat will commence. So that's how we'll.
This is gonna be fun.
Oh boy.
Just need to get it out of the water and you can burn it to death.
I'll be right back. I need to refill my water, use the restroom, and then. Yeah.
I'll be back as well.
Why
I'd
do I
much
need
rather
to get it out of
prefer
the
to
water to
like
burn it?
really ain't no cauterizing its damn head.
This is why I bring blunt weapons.
I just pierced. It's okay.
All right, I'll be right
I'd
back.
much rather fighting like a, I don't know, huge constrictor godlike snake instead of a fucking hydra.
Yeah, I was gonna say that. I'm like, that would have been way better than this.
The second pair of eyes, I was like, wait, oh shit, fuck.
Yeah, that gave it away. I'm like, oh no.
Although it is
Oh,
a
man.
lot less deadly than what I originally thought we were fighting. I thought we'd be fighting a mythic encounter right now. Like shit.
This is probably a homebrew mythic encounter, bro.
I mean, it can be, but like the mythic encounters from the books are. Mm-mm.
You must have didn't read about this one because it's not a regular Hydra. It's a mythic Hydra. It's Polykranos. But home.
Oh well. Mm, I don't think
There's
he's
there's
as
only
deadly
three
as
there's
the-
only three different. Yeah, no, it's not as deadly as what you might have thought we were gonna fight.
Yeah,
I agree
thought-
with you.
I
But
thought
of
we were
three
fighting-
different Hydras, it's not regular
Yeah.
Hydra. It's
Oh, no,
not
it's real
iron.
fucked.
It's not Iron Scale Hydra. It's,
Yeah. No, the magic card's terrible, man. It just pumps itself up. I thought we were fighting the spider one, honestly.
I
Oh,
did too, and that
yeah.
scared the hell out of me.
I was like, we're fucked. We're so fucked.
That would be rough.
She's just gonna kill us all and just make babies in us.
Can we do that The second part sounds more
But
fun.
then it
Can we do that first?
hissed.
Yeah, that was
So when
that was
you
kind of
did-
the tell.
When he did the hiss threw me a curveball because I was like, wait a second. Okay, I know Nylea's partner, but the hiss, I was like, are you really? It's either the spider or the mythic Gorgon. I'm like, either way, we're fucked. Because the Gorgon is just a badass archer.
But don't count it out yet. It might take half the party.
Oh no, this thing, yeah. I'm gonna die. Yep. So I got a character 3 coming.
It's got a head for each of us.
I will. Yeah. Shit, it has a head. It could literally just focus attack everyone, and in like 5 turns, we're all dead.
Then I come back with my Path of the Yeet.
I haven't looked at any of that Unearthed Arcana, but I know it's all giants themed.
I really love. They tried the wizard is a little lacking. It's a lot like the Rune Knight, where it has like rune like reactions and stuff, but like it really needs like a dedicated spell list and some new spells. But the druid is dope because the
Yeah, you can
druids,
dinosaurs
yeah.
and shit.
yeah, and like the wild shape, it just lasts until it dies. So you call your wild shape, take a short rest, and you're good. It's like you didn't waste any resources.
Damn.
You just do it first thing in the morning. So that's pretty dope. And then you can cast it's like a familiar, like you can cast like touch spells and stuff from it. So
That's
druid is pretty
interesting.
nice. Druid is pretty nice.
That okay. Druid went kind of wizardy, but
And
stronger.
then it's also like the Drake Warden. So eventually it either learns to swim or fly.
What the fuck? Oh my god, that's disgusting.
Yeah.
I like how they made a class for the ranger that's pretty decent, okay, and they're like, we can capitalize and make it better with a different class.
Yes. Yes. And then
But
Path
yeah,
of the Yeet.
Yeah. The barbarian just chucks everything. I'm like, I love that. I just really do.
Yeah. The wizard, I just can't with it. I'm sorry. I've been trying. I reread it. I was like, can this sit well with me? And I'm just like, no. Like I'd play it, but it's not quite there for me. I need some more giant theme spells. Or giant theme spells.
What about the wizard?
The wizard from the UA. From the giant UA.
Oh, okay.
Like I would love like a enhance ability that's like a belt of storm giant strength or something, to where you can make like a teammate or yourself on concentration go up to 23 strength. I think that would be dope for a giant base wizard spell. There's a lot of things you could do.
Yeah, that would be pretty cool. The just in general, like giants and stuff like that are
Yeah, you just started off at like a 5th level spell, and it'll be like at 19th strength, and then like every spell level you go up, the strength will go up by 2 or some nonsense, So then you still get your 21, your 23, your 25, 27, 29.
I also
Ooh, look
Yeah.
who got that putty working. Oh yeah. That's that good right there. What were you saying, Nick?
I was just gonna say I also I want to take a look at that, because with the whole like giant area that above the Lost Isles in the world, the Misty Mountains. I wanted to try and expand more with the Giants lore and add on that.
Hey, DM,
Yep.
what is the dude that we left at our forge?
The
Fire speaker?
Cyclops flame speaker. Yeah.
He's just a straight Cyclops.
He's a Cyclops. He's a flame speaker, but he's like, yeah, he's a straight up Cyclops. That
I thought he was like a smaller type of race. I didn't know he was that big.
Oh no, he's big. He's a big, like hulking Cyclops, big giant.
Okay.
Yeah.
But did you think he was a Fomorian or something?
Well, I thought he was like large, but I thought he was like just large. I didn't think he was gonna be like 15, 20 feet large. I thought he was more like 10, 12.
He's like the Cyclops in D&D. They're not as large as like a stone giant. They're like they have the same base, but they're like not as tall. They take up the same, but like it's like the difference between the old what are they? They're the old D&D giants. So like he's like that big versus the Fomorian, which is like twice his size. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was trying to find a way to finesse a bugbear in, but I don't think that's gonna work. Cyclops ain't gonna work either.
A bug in terms of using the bugbear?
Because there's no bugbears in this world. And I've been trying to find a race that I can finesse it in.
Well, that's a possibility now because there are gnolls in this world. And
There are gnolls in this world. Interesting.
yeah,
Okay.
you guys haven't faced them, and they don't come from this world, so they are coming from somewhere.
Interesting.
But,
All right.
you guys just haven't
Good to know.
interacted with that part of the story where
Good
I'm
to know.
opening up new other races from other worlds. Yeah,
Yeah.
This very lanky knoll.
we're
just
starting to
appears.
get to like where planewalkers and all that stuff are kind of possible.
No.
What?
Fuck no.
Is that Garrick? What?
Will he make an
Actually, that'd
appearance?
be pretty dope. I won't lie, but at the same time, I'd be like, why the fuck is he here, Malcolm?
We'll have to figure that out if he is, but
There are a
It is-
few
it is
planewalkers
magic.
that are in
Yeah.
Theros, though.
Is there a player race that is a knoll? Like, have they put out a version of that?
I don't think so.
That's not UA.
Oh, okay.
Or like
A
there
player's
are
race that's a
gnolls,
knoll?
but not that's canon.
They are.
There are many Hambrews.
That's like the one race where it's a lot harder to find. They literally are just, if you want to call whatever they are, evil, but like they almost don't have any other use other than to murder and kill. So
Yeah.
to find a gnoll that doesn't do that, it might be different with orcs for the reason they do it. Gnolls do it for one particular purpose. It is bloodshed for Yinagu in all things.
Oh,
I
you
mean,
didn't hear the warning of what happens when you TPK our party, Bell?
I don't know. I haven't.
Unless you're an
Oopsie, no.
Eberron.
My bad.
Yeah,
Eberron
unless-
rolls.
Oh, they're very different. Yes. So yeah.
Eberron's different, yeah.
Yeah. Like
Anywhere else?
have you
though,
ever
in
read
the
how
multiverse.
they make gnolls like in Pharaoh? That shit is crazy. So like Yinagu has these packs of traveling hyena, and they feast on the dead bodies that are left over, carry on all the flesh, and then they just get really fat and bloated till they can't move anymore. They get so obese that they just collapse over on their sides, and then they just start heaving, and then a gnoll bursts out.
Yeah,
like-
gnolls in the Forgotten Realms are basically like literal demon spawn.
Yeah, it's the most awful thing ever.
Oh my
And then they
God.
get up and pick up whatever loose weaponry that was left over and walk off with it to go kill something else. It's pretty nasty. Yeah. All right. Well,
Lay it on me, Mal. It's the first thing you're swinging at me in a while that's actually probably going to hit me.
all right, let's get initiative rolled down. I see I think Taraxi's got a 14.
Unfortunately, I'm not high enough level for
So,
the
okay,
can't be surprised.
on my D&D Beyond, I don't know why. So I imagine that Appledexes you've like refreshed and you're not still at like no hit points. Like you're still like really low for me. And then
Oh, that's what I was gonna ask. I didn't
Leto is
know if I
showing-
went back.
Leto's showing he's making death saves, which I know that's not true. So make sure you guys refresh those.
Okay, are we
It's just
going?
foretelling the future.
Are we going initiative from the beginning?
Probably.
Yes, we're gonna roll new initiative. We're gonna start.
Okay.
This is gonna be fresh initiative, and then what we're gonna do is we're gonna play out anybody that beat the creature to the punch, get your free attack before the round even starts. Then that creature gets its free attack on Telmoon on one group, on those two groups that failed, and then we'll start the round. So.
And you went a different initiative for each head. Heck yeah.
Oh yeah.
What? 7 legendary actions? Oh no.
I didn't go that crazy. I actually kept it pretty chill for the most part.
Fine, chill.
Pythias.
Each head has a reaction. That's fine.
Dexus is at 13.
It's a total of 20 for Pythias.
Okay, 20. Fits.
Look at Pythias rolling so good today.
Yeah, man.
It has me scared for when we actually get into serious combat.
Yeah, those are the best rolls I ever had for stealth, and I'm like, yeah. No.
How you doing?
No.
Could have been worse.
Telmoon, what'd you get?
I rolled worse.
Could have been like
15.
you swim and bumped into it.
Oh, that'd be the worst.
Apex and Leto.
And, I got 23.
8.
All right. This guy moves wherever he
man.
wants, so once you go.
And my first turn is going to be absolute garbage.
Fitz, we're rolling initiative, so you know what you got.
I got a 14.
14. All right. Okay. So,
Yeah, -9.
where's this 9? All right. Yep, I got you in there.
Sweet.
It's like,
It's gonna be-
how'd you roll a negative initiative?
This is easy. Who brought the flamethrower? We're fine. Pythias got the lightning fingers. It's good. We're good.
Mine is not minus. That makes sense.
Bet you're wishing we still had that gun.
Base gun would have been nice about now.
That would have been great.
What?
Yeah.
Oops, all gunslingers? Oh no.
And so this thing is uncoiling itself, gravel and mud starting to slip away as its true form is being revealed, as the one head above is like using itself to kind of sleep and rest. You realize that one at least of these heads is always awake, just breathing, using its nostrils to breathe, as the others slept, holding their breath underwater. They begin to uncoil, opening up, muddying the waters, making it very difficult to see underwater. All of you seeing these kind of piercing yellow eyes opening here, and then there, and then there. The head coiling back, opening its mouth. Not two razor sharp fangs like a normal snake, just one large fang coming down, 2 on the bottom. Huge maw, breathing out in front of Apodexis, as you all within coordination strike. Everyone being able to strike first, except for Telmoon, Apex, and Apple. So, since it's a surprise round, doesn't really matter what order. If you surprised it, get your attacks in. Get your free attacks in here.
Do we have advantage, the ones that are getting the surprise round?
Yes,
on
you get
attacks?
advantage. You got
Okay.
advantage.
Amazing.
Then I already did mine. I
Oh, and
got
Pythias, as that head that reels up, that's looking at. You're standing on that head. Because you
Huh?
were behind it, so you're just like, you come out of the water surfing that creature.
Oh,
That's-
we got this.
it's
Never
just
mind.
great.
It's his pet.
Okay, that's an 18 to hit for me.
Will actually hit.
Okay. Do you need me to separate out damage? I'm doing radiant, lightning, and piercing.
Give me a second here. I do not.
Okay.
He says psychic.
And it is an attack. It's not an attack action.
Yeah, you don't get multiple actions. You get that one free strike. Yeah.
Okay, so that's
Jason,
21
you wanna
total.
rule lawyer me? Is there how was the
No,
book
that's
say?
up to you. That's up to you, man.
What's
I'm not-
the book say though? Because I actually forgot.
It's a round, so you get.
Oh,
your,
you get a whole round, so you get all your attacks.
But I mean, if I would think that that's kind of crazy personally.
That's a lot.
That's a lot. Yeah.
I think it's your one attack. Yeah.
Okay. And I can smite with this.
Yes, you can smite with it.
First level divine smite added to that.
not mandatory.
Yeah, obviously.
All you're missing right now, I think, is like a D12 roll, man.
I can find a way to add it. Okay. So that's 27 damage for that hit.
Takes it sliced right into the back of the throat. I mean, the back of the head. You said 27? Yep. And as that leaves, as you pierce in and rip out, it leaves a large gaping wound. Where if it would have been maybe almost twice as strong, you realize you could have cleaved the head clean off. But you can tell that it's just kind of like dangling there and like slowly healing, even though like blood is pouring out of it. As you stab it, what splashes on you is this visceral liquid that starts to burn immediately. And you take 13 points of acid damage. Oh shit! I froze for a second. Did you guys hear that?
I didn't hear the amount of damage.
Okay, 13 points of acid damage to Pythias
Gotcha.
as he stabs down into the creature.
Cool, then goes acid damage.
Who else wants to striking next?
I pre-rolled mine.
Yep.
I got a 25, but with advantage, I got a nat 20.
It's an arrow.
No, psychic dagger.
Psychic dagger. Okay.
Hopefully it's not fucking immune to it. Pre-roll damage, I got 32, but with the crit, it turns into 64.
64 damage.
Yep.
Amazing hit there.
As I piss myself seeing this thing.
And so this.
Something important, Mal. With Spirit Shroud, if I hit it with an attack with it, it can't regain hit points until the start of my next turn.
Got it. So right now that can't regain any hit points.
Yeah.
Top of your next turn. Makes sense. Okay, good to know. Thank you for letting me know that. 63. I mean, this thing begins to like that head, multiple hits, kind of like screaming out, hissing, in some form of anguish as that devastating blow slams into it. Nasty, incredible, good shit. Your surprise goes off. It seems to be already reeling, right, from these attacks. Is Taroxy's doing? Because Taroxy's, did he rush in or did he set up to be within striking distance?
Well, he got big, so I was, however, close.
Yeah, he's not close enough. So unless he's
That's fine.
shooting or throwing something, he's not going to be able to make us. This is just for the surprise round.
Or casting a spell.
Is he casting a spell? Yeah. Was Fitz gonna shoot an arrow? Like I imagine. I'm sure Fitz is gonna shoot, but
Yeah, I think if everyone is doing an attack, that would be my attack of choice.
okay.
Hold on. I wasn't ready for this coming out. 25 to hit.
Okay.
Regular arrow.
Just a regular arrow.
Regular 25. Okay.
For now.
Regular arrow. Okay. But this is with Nylea's bow.
With Nylea's.
Okay. It's so that the Nylea's
Yeah,
bow
it's
gives
still
you
it's
plus-
still magical.
still a
I
plus-
was
it's
just
still
wondering if
magical.
it was gonna be. She has the 4
well,
seasonal
those-
arrows. That's what I was wondering if it was.
Okay. That's 9 points of damage.
Takes it. One of the hits get hit, like it pierces right into the side of its temple, and it like the head like looks like it's dead. It drops into the water, like, and you fired it from the water, like right under. So you see the head looking at you, Fitz, with wide eyes as it kind of clears back up and starts to pull itself back up out the water. All right. I don't think that's everybody's surprising. And then the creature attacks Tell Moon for 23, and Apple for 22. Those both hit with a bite. So
So it was just a bite, right? Not
it's a bite.
any other type of damage.
So 17 piercing damage to you, Apodexis, and to Tell Moon. $16 piercing damage. Now
Hey.
I need either a dexterity save or a strength save from both of you. So you get to choose. Apodexis and Telmoon, you both got hit.
Okay.
Strength or athletics to try to get away from it actually the bite latching onto you.
I'm sorry, is this athletics or acrobatics, or is this dex or strength?
It's a save. So it's
Okay.
like treated. It's like instead of some creatures like hit you and
Yeah,
you
no.
automatically grapple. This gives you a chance
you just kind of
gives you a chance to
forth.
not be grappled. Sorry. So
Yeah.
it's either a dex save or a strength save.
Okay.
Yeah,
So, yeah.
Just like
Okay.
you would. Yeah. So not
I take a
not athletics.
Okay, I took a strength save, then that was 18.
Okay. And give me my roll.
And if you're within 10 feet of me, you get +4.
You're not with, bro. You are on.
No,
Right,
I don't know.
you're on
I
a
didn't-
Hydra.
it's hard to tell. Yeah, I guess I'm pretty far up. Never mind.
No. Well, here's the thing. It's striking down and trying to grab. So if it would have grabbed him, you're right. I mean, if it's got, well, I guess yeah. If it's striking down and you're trying to hold on, I haven't even had you make it like a save or anything. You're trying to hold on. I'm gonna just say you stay there for now. So I'm gonna give it to him.
So then that's 22.
Okay. How about you, Telmoon?
Dirty 20.
30-20. Telmoon, you're able to move away from maybe holding on to Apex's back. You are Apex. You are grappled in its mouth. So it's
Apple?
hold.
Apple or
Hey,
Apex?
Apo. I said Apple. That's Apex. I meant Apple. Gosh, I hate you guys' names. It's not my fault.
Tell me.
I take no responsibility. Move on. Moving on. All right, back with starting top of the round here. Leto, you are up.
Shit. All right. How many heads are popped above the surface?
All of them above the surface now. So the body's like resting under the water. The heads are all above.
Why did I pick the dangerous end? All right. Cool. Yeah. I guess. Fuck it. I am going to try and get higher up on the terrain. As I won't say as high as possible, but like just whatever movement it takes me to get further up.
So you're trying to go up here. So you're 5, 10, 15, 20. That's like 35 right there. Where you're trying to go higher than that.
No, I can't even go 35. So
Okay,
5
so
feet
yeah.
from that.
Yeah, so you're like right there.
All right. Then I will just. Head is within 60 feet, right? 'Cause
Yes.
This thing's fucking
You are
massive.
within- It's massive.
All right. I'll just chuck a dagger at it. And that. Fuck you, die. That's an 11. I don't think 11 hits. Fucking shit. All right. Bonus action, throw a smaller dagger at it. That's a dirty 20.
That hits.
Cool. That's a 4. That's wow, 2 6s and 2 1s. Way to counteract each other.
How much damage?
3, 4, 5. 26 total.
All right. 26. Takes it. The creature, as a dagger slams it, and that's more psychic damage, right?
Yes.
So feeling that hissing, multiple heads hissing again, it uncoils itself and it begins to legendary action like move. And as it moves, one of the head holding Apo just releases him, tossing him that way, like towards the skull where you not only Apo do you hit here, but you fall down. So when you slam into that rock over there and then fall for...
Oh, that's dirty.
It has begun. Apo has become Apo.
19 bludgeoning damage. You slam against the wall and you're released. The creature turns, and I need a dex a dex save to, or a strength. You can choose save to hold. Actually, do I want it to be athletics or... If your save, I imagine your saves are better. So strength save or a dex save from Pythias to stay on this thing, on this head, while it moves. But it begins to kind of rampage and move through, moving quickly as possible, slamming into and coming to rest right on top of where Taroxys and Fitz would be. So you guys get pushed to the outsides. So everyone that it moved over gets stomped, gets like smashed, gets in a smash attack.
Oh.
So for Fitz... As a legendary, you'll take... That's a 30 to hit.
Oh yeah, that hits.
And
Oh, we are so fucked.
17... And 17 bludgeoning damage to Taroxys.
And what does an 18 get me for the strength save?
That keeps you up there. You're good.
All right.
24 to hit Taroxys. I think that hits. Doing 15 bludgeoning.
Got it.
And to Telmoon. Oh, I don't think that does it. Telmoon's able to dive off of Apex, does not touch you. And then Apex. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. 2 nat ones in a row. So Apex, which makes sense. Apex and Telmoon move dramatically
Both together.
quick out of the... Yeah. I got 2 nat ones in a row on both of those separate attacks.
Apex drifted onto the just drifted away.
Better yet, Tell Moon pulled his mane so hard that he pulled Apex.
Yeah, that's basically what happened. So it comes to rest here, and yeah, that's it for those legendary actions there. Pythias, you are up, standing there on top of this thing.
All right. So yeah, gripping onto the hide of this thing, gonna raise up the trident and be like, Nylea said you had to die, and I'm gonna trust her judgment. Use a bonus action for my channel divinity
Nice.
to get advantage here. And going to just try and stab down into its neck.
Ah!
Not great rolls though. 16 for the first strike.
I will miss. As you kind of slip, you don't slip off, but you slip, and the sword goes wide, and it misses. You swing through the air, doesn't connect.
Okay, but yeah, I get 2.
Stab the dickhead. I know. I was just waiting for that to start.
I try to defend you.
No.
I was waiting for it.
We kept it secret.
Oh.
That's
For
why I
as
was
long
so.
as we could.
That's why I was so
We all
excited.
knew
I
the
dodged
penis
the-
hydra was coming one day. Hey, it's here. You got a Eddie's got a dick wagon. I've got a penis hydra.
Apple
I'm
said
just
penis slap. I said,
leaning
no.
into it.
Literally, Chekhov's Hydra.
It's here to fuck your day up.
Second strike with trident is gonna be a 24.
That's gonna hit.
Yeah.
Nice.
And putting in another. Actually, let's do a second level divine smite. Why not?
Yeah.
Okay,
Oh,
not
boy.
great numbers.
Save that for when it's looking rough.
Did you still do lightning damage too?
Yeah,
Dude,
No
he's
saving
rolling
spell slots
every
for when
die
we're dead.
except
I'm rolling all the dice. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
except
12.
1. Yeah. It's stupid funny.
Okay. Adding things. Okay, so that's 24 damage.
Yes.
Nice. And so
Yeah, that
Again,
happy
you don't
timber
get the
and
feeling that this thing is healing, but wait. So how much damage did you do this total this turn? You did 2 attacks, right?
Yeah,
You did
so I missed it.
24.
Yeah, the 24,
Oh,
and
you
then
missed
it was
one.
yeah
So 24 was total.
for
Got
this
it.
for this turn.
For this round. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you were
Yeah.
so like as the head was killing, when you missed that one, you could have finished and like lopped that head off. But it's like it was healing back. And when I say it's healing, what you can tell is that the creature's still wounded, but it's able to keep its heads, secure. But you slice back, creating another separation there, pouring out blood. But again, you do have to take that splash effect.
Oh, yeah.
So close to it. From the acid, which will be another 12 acid
12.
damage.
All right. And I know Hydras have bullshit, but just a reminder: every time I hit while I have Spirit Shroud up, it can't regain hit
heal.
points.
Yes, and it's not regaining hit points. So, got it. Fair.
All right, and that's me.
All right. As that happens, it is already trampled. So it looks like after it made that massive move, like across the room, pushing up water out of its way, crawling through, like slithering over everything with just its massive, putting all of its weight on you. It almost kind of slams into the rock and seems to be reorienting itself, and that seems to have kind of taken something out of it for now as it's kind of preparing for its turn. But Telmoon, you're up.
All right, time for me to do absolutely nothing. Is there not water near me that I can swim to within
By not
22
water.
feet? Something I can stand on where I'm no longer stabbing at disadvantage?
Yeah, because you're in the water, so you got to start swimming towards kind of like the edges. There's a rock here, and there is a little. Okay, let me go back to the screen. See this is better.
Yeah, I'll take the tiny island.
There's a little tiny
Take the
island
tiny
right
island.
there.
Yeah.
So this is 10.
Tell
20,
Moon screams that
yeah.
storm. Let's do
So
it.
you're able to stand, and it's like it's a mound of like rock in the water that ends probably like but it has a strange like face carved into it from some ancient civilization or whatever was built here before. But as you stand on it, you're able to kind of pull yourself out of the water.
Hey, I am going to bonus action Super Saiyan Ancestral Guidance. My action is going to be casting Mirror Image,
Okay.
and that'll end my turn.
So he starts to create these duplicates of him shifting there in space. Awesome. Let's see. Creature doesn't do anything here. It's used up a lot of energy.
Still can't see. I'm just on this rock.
Fitz, you are up. You're right down here at the bottom, barely just kind of being able to release yourself from under the sediment from almost being crushed there. Now, the closest thing to, if you swam around the side of it, there's a place of where you can get out of the water here. Here, there is a kind of piece of rock there, or swimming to land where Leto is and the rest of those folks are. But otherwise, you're just kind of floating in water right now.
I can still use my bow in water, right?
You can. Yep. You're just treading water. You can fire up at it.
I am going to pull out the bow and pull it back and cast Wall of Thorns, and make a. What are the dimensions here? I know you said it's a 40-foot creature, so I can't entrap its body in a 20-foot diameter circle, but I can trap some of its heads potentially.
A 20-foot diameter circle is a 40-foot.
Yeah.
No, because the diameter is all the way across. The radius.
Oh yeah,
is
you're right.
half.
You're right. Yeah.
I googled it just. To
Oh,
be sure.
diameter. Yeah. So
I'm gonna make like a thorny collar for a cluster of heads
Well,
that would
I said-
fit in 20 feet.
let me. I said that the creature took up the mound was about 40 feet.
It was 30
But it is
by
it is a
30.
gargantuan creature, which makes it what would the space be? 10, 20, 30. So it's like 30 by 30. So yeah, I don't think you'd still be able to get the
It's-
entire creature in it.
It's a 20-foot diameter for me to do the circle with Wall of Thorns.
Okay.
So I'm going to just try and place it around as many heads as I can.
Does
Yeah,
that put
exactly.
Tyroxes and any of them within the Wall of Thorns? Or no, you're putting
I'm trying to place it.
Oh,
so
you're
that
making it a
doesn't
circle.
hurt. I'm trying to like make a
so
little
that the heads
collar
so that it has to
Yeah.
force to either move to the outside of the heads or reach itself inside.
for it to
Got
move at all. It has to break through that.
Got it.
collar
But the creature gets to
situation.
place itself either on the opposite side if it's touching the wall, right?
It has to pass through it and take damage on the way through it.
Okay, it'll wait for its turn to do that. It'll do that. It doesn't care about
I figured it will.
yeah, but
I don't know if you have to. No, it's just concentration.
so I have to make a save. Yeah, what do I need to do? I'm sure I need to make a save.
A dexterity saving throw.
All right. Which it is. It's not good at. Does it look like here? So the creature heads kind of reeling back as all these thorns begin to kind of generate from under the gravel of the water, slamming, splashing out, reaching, some of them wrapping around its head, cutting into it. Yeah, it fails. How much damage does it take?
My God, I don't have enough d8s. I love this part.
This is why you could never actually have enough dice.
Yeah.
I know. People don't get it. Six. Okay, hold on. Let me add this up. They take 49 points of piercing damage.
Shit. So this thing starts screaming and writhing in pain as these vines are kind of reaching around and grappling the heads. 49
And
points.
for every 1 foot a creature moves through the wall, it spends 4 feet of movement. And takes 78 slashing.
Okay.
Yeah. And I will. Who's next to me? Someone else was underneath the.
So it's writhing in pain from these.
Can she see up here? Is there light up here? That helps.
Where are you at? Does this look right here?
I was looking at whoever's in my immediate vicinity because
It's probably if you're treading water and doing this, you would look over and see Tyroxes and then Telmoon on a little mound standing there with his shield out and sword.
Good to know I don't have to cast light.
All right. I will.
But anything beyond him is pretty dark. There's a little bit of light cast. It's starting to get darker as you go back. Yeah.
Yeah, that's gonna end my turn.
Okay. So as we end Fit's turn, Fit has done something amazing here. Before Apodexis can take effect, Apple, you're there prone on the ground, and there's like sediment, like rocks, kind of skipping off your forehead, and you look up, and you see, and both Apple, everyone quickly notices this, but I'm going to describe it the way they would see it first because they would notice it before anyone else. As all these little green like lights begin to sparkle in the room, kind of glow, little green gems in the walls, and as some of the rock skips off your head, something peels itself off the wall, Apodexis, and as it leaps off, it lands right here. And it's a large, well, I guess you can't even see it from that angle, but it's a rock-like creature that like jumps and runs along the wall, and then another one right above where Leto is, kind of peels itself off the wall and stands, and they both kind of just start grabbing chunks of rock and picking them up and hurling them into the water. So similar to the big giant rock creature you fought at the entrance, there are now two smaller ones about the size of small giants that are moving. Perception check from Fitz, Taroxy's, Telmu.
Four.
4. Okay. Taroxy.
You got this, guys. Oh no.
No.
That's why I put the apology in there.
Oh man, what'd you get? Oh gosh.
And that's why that went to one person.
So Fitz, what did you get? Maybe were you higher than Taroxy's then?
I'm sorry, I did not realize we were doing something.
Oh, you were
What's
just gonna give
happening?
me a perception check.
Okay. Not great. Not great.
Same.
9.
9. And so Taroxy, were you higher than that?
No, I got a 4.
You got a 4. So Taroxy's, as you're like there, kind of floating halfway, kind of bobbing under the water under this great beast, you look back and about 20 feet away from you is a rock creature under the water, like walking along the kind of glowing green from the little embers in it, walking towards you. Combatants, now there are more than just the giant creature to kill. You can tell that you guys have been dealing with gods and forces before. Maybe this is an omen of the forces that are trying to stop you from killing this creature. The creature doesn't seem to have a control over these things as much as they are coming to its aid.
So we see one dude and two of the little balls in the corner.
Yeah, so one dude's he's like kind of walking on the bottom of the ocean. These dudes are standing up there just throwing. I know what you're trying to do. I'm not listening to it. Like throwing rocks. Appledexus, you're up.
I waited until I didn't smile when I said it. I was trying, okay?
You try to make me be like Eddie, be like, come on, guys. Let's be serious today.
I had to distinguish. They're all rock creatures.
Sorry, Nikki's mom.
Sorry.
He's. How far is he from that one to the right of him? To your
yeah,
left.
So to my left. So here. Yep, you're about. If you're like shooting 40 feet, be more if you have to climb up there, but about a 40-foot shot from. I know to kind of pull this guy back a bit. He's like right there.
So since I'm prone, the first thing I'd like to do is stand.
Stand up. Yep.
And then I've got damn. I guess I'll try with the longbow and try and see if I can. Yeah, it should reach him. Yeah, so Epidexis will pull bowstring back. Ooh, let's see. Where'd you go? So that is 15 to hit.
That will think as your like arrow just like bounces off this thing's rock skin.
Okay. And then that's about all he can do. So he's not close enough.
Apple only gets as a ranger still only gets one shot every turn.
You should have 2 attacks.
Yeah, if he's level
This is-
5, then you got 2 attacks.
So even if he was prone, doesn't that count as
Yeah.
in...
No,
Okay.
No,
okay.
that's
then
just
then-
an attack.
that's half your movement. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's different.
This doesn't take any.
All right,
My
then
man
I
went
shot
Pathfinder
one more
1 on
time.
us for a second.
No kid, I was like, damn.
Okay, 18.
That hits.
Yes.
This one Kink sticks in it and it hits one of the little green like crystals. It kind of explodes. Just kind of ignites as blows off, just hurting it a bit.
And that's going to be 9 damage.
And your
Yeah.
weapon is not magical, correct?
No, it's just the
As a
longbow.
little chunk kind of blows off of it, but it does do some damage. So they are, they are vulnerable. Nonetheless, if that ends your turn, Apo.
That's
Then
it.
the creature who is being hurt by so much pain, it moves through the vines. It's going to take all that damage, just ripping through and moving through to the other side. Not um, not getting far enough out of the way for opportunity of attacks that I would assess, but just moving to the other side. So give me your damage. Fits as it's just tearing through, raking through those vines, snapping at them. And then it will strike.
Yeah. Did you run through it twice? Did you run back through it? Just
No,
for
what do
extra
you mean did I run
sprinkles?
through?
Billy,
Oh, no,
No, she gave
so
you the
what-
damage last time.
Oh, is that because here's what I'm
does he take? I have to
because
pull
when
it up to
she
check.
put it around me, I couldn't move on my. So the way I was looking at it, she was putting it around me like a firewall.
Mhm.
So then, because she put it on the line, she put it on me. He took the damage, right? So then the next could reel back, but it has to. Oh no, because based on the spell, it could step over. But it's such a huge creature. I chose for it to like. I tried to be realistic with it. I imagine it coiled in, and it was trapped inside, but now it's moving through. It
Yeah, when
doesn't
it's
wanna
cast,
be-
it's a deck save.
okay.
And then
says-
after that,
it just moves through and takes damage, right? So
Mhm.
I'm giving her that. Because I know if I wanted to be cheap, I would be like, it
Both
would just
times.
immediately try.
it's a
both
deck
times?
save both times.
Oh, it's dex. Okay, so I still take a
Yeah.
dex save. That's good to know. It's still probably going to
Dexterity
fail because
saving
it's
throw.
this thing's dex is trash. So 12. I froze, but I said 12. Oh, all right. Let me turn off my. Why everything's going slow?
It's trash as we're getting trashed.
12. Did you hear that? So 12. That's probably a fail.
That does not pass.
All right, give me that damage.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
I'm turning my since
Then-
things are kind of being unstable. I'm turning my camera off for a little bit, see if that chills things out a bit.
Then I want to stay honest. Do I need to make another save to stay on top?
Yes, because it's moved.
Yeah.
And then some that just like stun or some nonsense, right, Zen? If you took like the puffball arrows or some nonsense.
Oh yeah, that just does force damage.
And you can't kill people with it. It drops you
Yeah.
to 0.
That's a 16 strength save.
Alright.
It takes 37 points of piercing damage.
Nasty.
Very nasty.
So you said 16, Pythias?
Yeah.
It got 25, so it flings you off of it as it moves through.
All right.
You splash down. It only flings you towards the water, so you don't take any. You just prone. I mean, actually, give me an athletics or a acrobatics check. So to stick the landing.
Okay. Acrobatics. Amazingly, that's a total of 20.
Okay, so you just you kind of just dive down. You know, like you get flung off. You kind of backflip and then kind of drop right into the water with no issues there.
Olympic dive, if you will.
Yes.
I guess, yeah.
The creature will attack for every head. It's got one striking out towards Fitz. First with a bite. Is it 29 as it snaps at Fitz for 23 damage, 23 piercing. And then the second head here
Ouch!
snaps down on Fitz
Ooh.
for 25. And another.
I'm down.
Oh,
Oh god.
21 damage. So Fitz is it.
You were invisible.
Were you invisible?
No.
Okay.
Did your
so-
shroud not do anything to help?
Oh wait! Oh my god!
Yeah.
The cloak of stars makes attack rolls against me at
Disadvantage.
disadvantage.
Disadvantage. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So if
Okay.
I go back to my last two rolls, the lowest would still hit. So the first attack would be a 23. That's basically what we then
Still hit.
would still hit.
Okay.
So you only took the first bite damage, which was. Did you already take it? If not, I'll roll.
It still took me down. Yeah.
It still puts her down. So that bite still lands. The second attack
First
And-
attack put you down? Oh, you got hit twice. You got hit with the slap. Fuck. Okay.
One attack for a 24 to Taroxys.
All right. I'm gonna pop my cloud rune,
Okay.
and that attack's going to that other rock weirdo in the water.
Okay. So he's gonna take the rock weirdo. Takes a total. So as it slams down and tries to bite you, and that energy gets transferred, that damage gets transferred over. It takes 24 damage. As a hefty amount of like rock, like fly off of it, puff into the water as though it was bitten by the creature. The next bite from this head over. There's 3 heads left. It's gonna be one more to Taroxys. For 32 to strike.
God, yeah, that hits.
For 21 piercing damage.
Ouchie.
And then one to Tell Moon. For 27. For 21 points.
It's a duplicate.
It's a duplicate. Okay. So I did 1, 2, 3. How many times did I attack you, Troxys? Twice?
Once.
Once.
Twice.
Twice. Because you
Twice.
cloud rune.
Yeah. Yep.
Yep.
Twice.
So then that's it. So that's all 6 heads in a cluster have attacked. As they're all like whipping out, moving, slithering. This thing is huge, writhing. We are at Taroxys.
Can I climb this thing?
Yes, you can.
I would love
Now
to
you
do
see
that.
Fitz kind of floating, kind of face down in the water. But
Yeah, I can't help it.
yep, he's like, to climb, what I'll ask is for it's moving, it's whipping around violently. So it's not I'll treat it like a grapple, but you get advantage because you're not trying to grapple it, you're just trying to climb. So go ahead and give me that. It's gonna just give a regular strength roll. It rolled really low. Let's see if you
So strength check or athletics or
athletics.
gotcha. That's gonna be a 21.
Yep, that's gonna do it.
Beautiful.
So you're able to you're pretty much able to grab one of the necks, and as the neck kind of careens up and whips around, you kind of sling yourself around to the other side of it, to where you're able to plant your hooves on its back and kind of stand up. And now you're kind of standing. You're not like Pythias was like nimbly standing on like the neck of one of them. You're standing on where like the back of them like kind of cluster in an area.
And I'm gonna pull this hammer up with 2 hands and slam it on the base of the cluster.
All right.
Of course, that's a 16 for the first one.
So as you swing down, you nick it, but it is because if you fall off balance and you nick the thing, but it doesn't plant like it should have planted, but it didn't plant like it should have, and the skin kind of crusted over a bit there.
I've got a plus 12 and I've rolled 2 16s in a
I'm
row.
so sorry.
I am going to action surge.
All right.
Change your dice.
I did already. And we're gonna try this 2 more times. That's better. A 31.
That's gonna hit hefty.
So that's gonna be 18 bludgeoning
Okay.
and 14 fire. And I'm going to proc my fire rune.
Okay.
So I'll need a strength save. If it's a 15.
It fails.
It failed.
That was a really stupid roll. Wow.
Oh boy. Well,
it shouldn't have failed, but it fails.
it just got out of the crowd of thorns for when I hit it at the base. These giant fire shackles wrap around the base of the heads and start squeezing them together.
So all
It
the
is
heads.
it's restrained.
Okay. How does it get out?
At the
It can't.
start of its turn, it can repeat the saving throw.
Yeah.
Okay. This process of the shackling and the pulling tears one of the heads off.
Oh,
No.
So it kind of rips off and like tears.
Do
into
we
the
like
ground.
that or not? We don't know.
well, it depends. Did the wound auto cauterize? Because then the fire shackles just scrape across that neck.
Yeah, they just kind of scrape across that when they kind of like rolled that head kind of fell, just splashed down into the water.
All right, I've got one more attack.
It hasn't used any resistances and it's scaring me.
Ooh, that's another 31 to hit.
Oh yeah, that is one round. To 30, what 31 to hit? Oh yeah, you say 31.
So that's gonna
21,
be
21 hit. Yes.
all right. 12 more bludgeoning damage
Okay, take that.
and 13 more fire damage.
That's... If you have in your D&D Beyond, if you could total up all the damage you did this turn, let me know.
Let me attempt that. This is gonna take a calculator really quick.
yeah, because I can't remember it. I want to, but if you can get it, let me know. So it still takes all that damage. All right, and while Traxi does that, I'm gonna take it a quick final because I gotta use the restroom. I just gotta run. I'll be right back.
One round, guys. One round.
Yeah. Is anyone in the vicinity of Fitz?
Oh.
I can see her because she could see me, but that's not saying much.
Apex is the closest to Fitz.
I can't do anything for anyone if y'all go down.
Move her to me and then go back to it.
I can't see where Pythias is. Where are you?
Yeah, I can't see where I am either.
He's on the other side of the
He got
heads.
thrown in the water on the other side of the Hydra.
Okay.
Yeah.
How close is Fitz to the Hydra? Like right below it?
So you see
I
where
mean,
my
she's
mini
in
is?
striking range.
Yeah, she's right
You're
there.
over there, and she's right there.
On the other side?
Yeah.
Okay.
She's in the
yeah.
bottom left corner of the camera. But you're further away than my miniature, and I can see mine.
Yeah.
So
Apex, I know you got all the movement.
I only hit 50% of the attacks that I could have this round and put out 64 damage. So if I had hit with those first two attacks, I could have roughly doubled that.
You understand? You have a god weapon. Use
Yeah.
it better.
It's the
make
dice,
your dice
not
roll.
me.
Yeah.
Use physical dice. We're still blaming you until you do so.
Also, Wall of Thorns is concentration, so that's gone.
That's good.
All right.
Because it doesn't stop us. It doesn't allow him to Wall of Thorns smack us.
I was worried I was going to fall into the wall of thorns, and that.
Oh, that's a shredder.
Let's see. The only problem is, so I've got Cure Wounds, but I've got to get there. But she goes before me.
So, did you get that total, Taraxis?
That's 64.
64. Okay. So still one hit. How many attacks did you make? That's succeeded.
2.
Okay.
Oh.
It casts the speed to get into safety before he attacks. Right.
19 points of acid damage.
Oh, I was hoping a blunt weapon wouldn't make it bleed.
any melee attack, blood comes out, it hits you.
All right.
I see why. That's why you use bludgeoning. Yeah, makes sense. It's
I mean, I'm pretty sure you would have used his god weapon regardless.
actually okay. No, I'll give you that. You use a bludgeoning weapon. I'll take that back. I'll take all that damage back.
Okay, thank you.
Internal bleeding.
Yeah, internal. It takes its own acid damage.
I'll take that back.
But I'll finish my turn just with a bonus action. I'm gonna invoke my Hill Rune. resistance to bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing.
Okay.
And that's it. I'm gonna ride this rodeo.
Apex, you are up.
Okay. Apex will rage. And after turning around to pounce at the Hydra, he stops for a second and sees a floating down in the water satyr. And with one of his claws, as he goes down, he will pick up Fitz.
Yep.
And
There.
Just yeeter to
Yeah.
land.
And he'll move Fitz over to where his nephew is.
Okay. Of course he will. Now, here's the thing. I know you have crazy speed, but it's still do you because it's what do you call it? It's
I get half
difficult
movement when
terrain.
I'm.
Half
Oh.
movement. So what does that put you? So yeah, so then half
So
movement.
I have.
Because you moved 15, so that you're pretty much using because you have 200
15.
feet, right? So
I have 100 feet right now.
okay, yep, that gets you right up there.
You're not 7th level barbarian?
No, I'm not.
All right, so you were able to, like a mighty, athletic Leonin, swim with this crazy speed that even vexes, I'm sure, Pythias as he sees it. Like how? But how? Like as he leaps out of the water, soaking wet, his mane kind of as he brings, places Fitz down.
And looks at you, Apple, and says, "Nephew, take care of my fan."
Take care of him.
Go fight the Hydra.
And yeah, that's I think that's all I can do.
All right, awesome. It drops, Fitz off. Did you heal her, or you just picked her up and took her over?
I just picked her up so
Picked
that
her,
the
just got
Hydra
her out of
wouldn't
Got
eat
it.
her.
And that's it. So as this happens, watching this thing move really fast, the two golem-like, stone creatures just start throwing rocks at the swimming Apex. So when he comes out of the ground, one of them, the one that Apple hit with an arrow, is now throwing a rock at Apex. I'm just calling it Predator. Start calling him throwing a rock at the Predator. So a rock at the Predator for 21.
21 will hit.
For 29 bludgeoning damage.
That is halved to
Okay.
14, I
So he
believe.
kind of gets up like roar, and like the rock smashes into him right as he roars, and it breaks it, and it would have hit like little Fitz right on the ground, but he like shields her and then like blows the rocks back. But he feels the pain, but he definitely lets it ricochet off of him. The next one turns and just tosses one down towards the road, towards Leto. Leto's able to dive out of the way, as that 13 is not going to do it.
Oh, thank God.
Those rocks hurt.
Yeah. So the other one, running underwater, kind of slow motion, runs up to Pythias and just tries to, just punch him
All right.
for 17. No, that's not gonna do it. And then tries to go again.
Thanks to the blue rock, no.
With one more for 26. That time connecting.
Oh, yeah.
I think, for 19 bludgeoning damage. One of those punches kind of connecting underwater. That's the end of the first round. This has been nuts, but we're at the top of the round. Leto, you
Made
are
it through one,
up.
guys.
The creature is bleeding. It's hurt. It's writhing in pain from these shackles that Taroxys has put on it.
Oh my god, that was one round. We're so fucked. Okay. I got a question for you, Mal.
Yes.
When I looked up and saw the skull mountain thing, right?
Yes.
The eyes in it, were they big enough to like actually go into them?
Yes, you could stand in them. You have to kind of kick out a lot of the treasure and stuff that's in them, but yeah.
Okay. Good to know, I guess. Okay, so my main action is going to be is the Hydra within 60 feet.
Yes, it is.
All right, I will throw one of my second daggers at it. It's not. It's a little better.
With advantage. It's restrained.
Oh yeah, that's right. Close, but no cigar. 23 to hit.
It's gonna hit.
Uh, 26 points of psychic damage.
Takes it.
And bonus action, I'm going to throw another dagger up into the skull and try to teleport up there.
Ooh, okay. I like it.
I can teleport up to.
Oh, to the skull, like you're gonna try to teleport.
Yeah.
Yep, up there. Yep.
I don't know if you can fit the mini in there, but just
Yeah, I know what
reader
you're
of
going.
mine. I teleport 50 feet.
I think I can. So all the little gold splashes out and the rubies start to rain down onto below, and now you're standing in that socket there was the wind. And you look up and the stars, the Nick's like the night sky above you, through the crevice, they look like they're kind of moving. They look like they're swirling right now.
Oh, okay. He just flips him the bird. Fuck him.
To the gods.
Yeah, pretty much. Bunch of squabbling babies. And he's just gonna like hunker down in there.
Hunker down in there. Okay. With this, we will move to Pythias.
All right. So yeah, Pythias dodges the first hit from the rock monster. The second one.
But before, I'm sorry.
Oh, okay.
I will Tell Moon with a legendary action.
That's not nice.
$22.
The tail strike is also with disadvantage.
Oh, it's a disadvantage. It'll roll again.
It's restrained.
Yes. Okay. Roll that. For 23, so 22 still hits.
I'll shield.
Oh, okay. Ooh. Blast of water goes out as that tail like slams and doesn't get it, pushes Telmoon back there like on the water, but he kind of surfs off of it. Nothing. Pythias, you're up.
All right. So yeah, as I was saying, that the second hit catches Pythias, and you see the swirling light around him go out as he loses concentration on Spirit Shroud.
Okay.
And he turns back and goes, "I was busy." And gonna do bonus action. Gonna call on Nylea's help for Hunter's Mark on this thing.
All right.
And yeah, gonna make an attack, smacking into it with the trident. With 15 to hit.
That will miss, unfortunately.
All right. On the backswing, that is going to be a 22.
That's gonna hit.
Okay. So yeah, I have to remember what things are for what. And I want this thing to go away. So first level Divine Smite on it as well.
All right.
All about that smite.
It's about the smite, yeah. Okie dokie. Oh shit. That is 36 damage.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah, boy.
Beautiful blow there from Pythias. 36. Is that the one you dealt more? That's the first damage you dealt this
I missed. That's the first damage I've dealt. I missed the first attack.
Okay.
So that's me.
So you swing up, and you're so close to like literally tearing one of the heads off. It's like
Oh no! I was attacking the rock guy.
Oh, the rock guy. Oh yeah, he takes 30.
Yeah.
How much? 30.
36.
36. So let me get that back to the Hydra. Let's take
I
that
see.
from the rock guy. Rock guy that's on the ground, so he was hit pretty hard. So 36.
Yeah, the one who hit me.
Yep. That rock guy is looking like he's gonna. Another strike might crumple him.
Good. And that's all that I've got.
All he's got as tail strike, tail moon again. Disadvantage. Okay, got it. For 29 on
Hello.
the first roll. Ah, fuck. 18
Lower.
on the second one. All right, so I think you got all you got.
Yep.
18 doesn't hit you, right?
Shield work.
All right.
Neo style, just one on shields, bro.
We are on Tell Moon.
Haha. Yeah. You'll see Toe Moon start spinning together some fire, and he's going to use two. He's going to use 2 sorcery points to quicken a spell, so that we can get these both at the same time. Still restrained, right, Taroxys?
Mm-hmm. Until
All right,
the
so
start of
it's-
its turn.
A 28 to hit, as I mix up a firebolt and Rolithim Psychic Lance, and I need a intelligence saving throw. And I'll send this spinning fiery Psychic Lance at this head.
All right.
Is it smart?
That's
Intelligence.
That's like, oh, I need to make a check.
Yep. Saving throw.
Charisma
Intelligence.
saving throw or
Intelligence.
intelligence?
Woo.
It is a. Is it a spell?
It is a spell.
It's gonna auto pass.
Coward.
There it is.
Oh, it's going to.
It's gonna cast the
Yeah.
legendary resistance because
Yes.
it's failed.
It does
So,
have them.
It's throwing
It
in a
feels like we've gone through this fight for so long. This is literally just round 2 where it casts its first legendary resistance. So instead of 25 psychic damage, it's going to take 12? 12.
Okay.
But in addition, it's going to take 17 fire.
Okay. So wait, how much psychic and how much fire?
12
12 psychic.
and 17 fire.
Jeez. Okay.
And
As it
it's-
starts to light up and like writhe, making these horrible, shrieking, hissing, guttural noises.
It dies here.
All right. Is that end your turn, Tomu?
Yeah, I'm not going to play with it. We're not doing none of that dodging it out nonsense with the Hydra. We going to let it do its thing.
It's going to use its legendary action to try to smack Taroxys off of it. Loud.
Yeah.
It can certainly try.
Disadvantage. 23 on the first one.
Is that to hit or?
It's the
Or a
hit. So that
check.
one doesn't. So yeah, it's a hit. It's
It's trying to
Okay.
strike you. Yeah.
Yeah, 23 hits.
It's just advantage, though, so he's got to roll a second.
yeah. It's rolling really slow. So a 30. So 23.
Oh,
Yeah, that hit.
For the tail strike. take. Taroxys will take. Wow, only 11 points, rolled really low, of bludgeoning damage, but will also give me a strength saving throw.
And that 11 is reduced to 5 because
Yep.
of the rune.
That's what I thought.
And strength check.
Strength saving throw.
That's going to be a 28.
God damn it! So he's able to hold his ground there. As we move to Fitz, who's making her first death save.
Oh no.
She's safe. It's fine.
That's a 5.
Oh no.
It's not a 1.
That's it. The end.
Okay. Apodexis, you are up. The creature does not respond. Doesn't whip out, lash out. You're still over there. You've just taken a shot at one of the things that's throwing rocks at your friends. You see this giant thing writhing around that's now being shackled by these fiery chains. What do you do?
You're
Oh,
on
you're
mute.
So bonus action, kneels, puts one hand on Fitz, and uses Cure Wounds at 3rd level.
All right. She kind of like comes back to life.
6 points.
Woo!
She's like coughing up water.
It's D&D Beyond, yeah.
I didn't know that was
I hate
possible
it.
at 3rd level.
Apparently it is. That's what I rolled. I'm like, and then he'll take a shot at the So neither one of the rock creatures are moving, right?
No, they're so two
They've
that are
stopped.
they're all about 30 to 40 feet away from you up on higher perches. There's 2, then they're just throwing down. And then you can see the one, you can kind of see through the water, the silhouette of the one that's kind of like attacking Pythias with its fist. There's 3 of them total. 1, 2, 3. Hard for me to get everything in the shot, but yeah.
And the Hydra's pretty, I don't even know if it's going to be worth it to take a shot, but
Ooh.
ooh.
It looks passionate though.
It is with advantage.
No, we didn't hear anything you said,
Yeah, we just
but it
saw
looked
some.
good. Still can't hear you.
No, like we can't hear a word.
Tap the fucking mic. Okay,
There
so
you go.
one of the heads is in the ground, still kind of on the water, and it's moving back and forth like the head that's severed, slowly dying. While you see the 2 creatures that are up top throwing rocks to your friends, and the one that's attacking Pythias.
Okay.
Creatures looking, the Hydra's looking really hurt, but looks passionate, which is what Talmud said I looked like.
So he's gonna notch 2 arrows. 21 and
are these at the
16?
Hydra?
These are at the Hydra.
Okay, 21 and the 16. The 21 hits, the 16 just misses.
Okay.
That's why.
So then that's gonna be it's gonna be 8 damaged.
It's shooting at the Hydra, so it's an advantage.
With advantage?
Yeah, you get advantage.
It's still restrained.
It's still restrained. And it gets to save for restraints, right? Is it a strength saving throw?
At the
Josh?
beginning of its turn.
At the beginning.
Yeah.
Of
Yeah,
its
at the beginning of its turn, it's another strength save.
Okay. So I get to reroll the damage, yes or no?
You get to reroll the attack. Well, yeah.
So that's gonna be
Because
yeah.
you shot. You get to roll that one. So here's the thing: you get to reroll one, even because the first one hit. You can reroll. You can make another roll to see if you get a nat 20, right, off the one that hit, and then you can reroll the one that missed.
So the one that missed is a 21 now.
Okay, so then that's gonna hit now.
And that's gonna be 9 damage total
So another
for that one.
4.
So 8 and 9. So it was what is that? 16?
16, okay.
17?
So it's a couple of arrows slammed into it, like
Thank
lodged
you,
into
Jason.
the face of this creature. It hisses, is reeling around one of the main head, like that's kind of like leading the body. It's looking hurt here. That everything you got, Appo?
That's everything.
It is hurting, but it's its turn.
All right. At the start of its turn, regardless of the strength save, it takes 2d6 more fire.
Give me the fire damage.
That's going to be 7.
It takes all that 7. Just more fire rolls over it, burning from the shackles. It begins to. Oh, so it gets to try to break free, right? So a strength saving throw. For 21. Now, is the strength save at disadvantage? That's what
No.
No, it shouldn't be. Yeah. So 21 should break it.
Yep, it does.
So these shackles begin to come off of the creature. And then it's lost a head, so it can only attack with the 5 that it has. It will move forward, positioning itself, literally removing this, breaking the column, the pillar, standing over.
Yeah, come get some.
Yeah. Trying to get in as close as it can.
You know he can take all 5.
God damn it! I have never broken Taroxi's till today. Taroxi's hammer broke. It's been a miracle that miniature hasn't broke yet. And today was the day. Like,
it's the thickest weapon, so you expect it to stay on, but I guess not.
He's just going so
another
hard.
phallic joke? Okay, I'm sorry.
No!
Yeah, it's the thickest weapon. Okay.
I would have went for girth if it was a phallic joke.
Girth would have probably.
It is now.
I am a large-sized creature, so I can only assume the hammer.
So as it moves in one attack, one head will careen around. I imagine it's hard for them to careen around and try to attack Taroxis.
All right.
Right? And that's a nat 1. So 14 is not going to hit.
Nope.
The second head is going to stick with what it knows best and strike out towards Pythias down below for 25.
Yeah.
And that is going to do reaching out, snapping for 15 piercing damage. Those 2. The third, we're at 2 heads. The third head is going to strike at Pythias again. For 26, and the damage will be. So we're at 2 heads left. 21 piercing.
Pythias falls unconscious.
No.
Woo! Okay. Fucking God.
Then the last 2 will go for Telmoon.
Yeah, finally, you coward.
Like, this is the one shot. You get 5 attacks on
For a 17 for a 4. It rolled a 4, so that's going to miss.
Ah!
For another strike. Oh my gosh, no! A 2. So both of these heads are just lashing at Telmoon, striking into the water. Water's flying up. Pythias is like under the water, and the creature pulls back and flings him 20 feet. It doesn't fling him into anything, so he's not going to take any damage. Just kind of flings him away from him. So Pythias' body is now like 20 feet away from the creature.
Telmoon is receiving that personal Perforos protection today.
That's where we're at. It is struck out with the... Oh, and then the head begins to... Another head begins to... The one that was gone grows back. And the one in the that's in the water begins to just like burn away in acid, and just kind of the water kind of bubbles around it as the new head out where the stump is writhing back and forth and blood is splashing out. This head kind of comes out, grows, reattaches. And we are on, yep, that's so Who's up next? It's Taroxis.
All right. So, I'm gonna go ahead and strike it again.
All right.
Let's go ahead and please dice, please dice. That's a nat 20 is what that is for a
Ooh.
32. And that, oh, finally. That activates my crusher.
We all get advantage. Hell yeah.
Mm-hmm. So that's gonna be, oh no. This doubles, oh no. That's
Yes.
60-10.
Just kill the fucking thing.
So, oh, well, that's not nearly as much as I wanted it to be, but 22 bludgeoning, 25 fire.
How much
That's a
damage?
D6.
57?
Let me
47.
break out the
57.
yeah.
calculator.
47.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Because
2020. God.
22 plus 6 plus 25. That's 53 total on that first one. And then, of course, a whiffing 17 on the second to hit on the second
17
strike.
to hit.
Yeah.
Just hits?
Okay.
Wait a minute. Isn't your crusher giving you advantage?
It's all other creatures.
All other creatures.
I'd be so shattered. Shit.
Well, actually, no, it just straight up says attack rolls against that creature are made with advantage. So, yeah, I would get it.
Yes. Yeah. Until the beginning of your next turn.
That's a much
Yes.
better 21 to hit.
Hits.
So that's going to be another 34 damage on that second strike.
Is that it?
As a bonus action, I'm going to hit my second wind.
Okay.
So 1d10 plus 9. Of course, that's going to give me literally 10 HP back, and that's the end of my turn.
So Taroxis, all that damage is you wailing, smashing, using the hammer. Is this the hammer?
Yep.
Perfect. So you smash down one way, the head goes sideways. You bring it down the next way, and it hits the side, and the neck just, you hear like it snaps like to the point where even though it's serpent-like that it kind of like severs something to the head, and it's causes the entire creature to kind of start convulsing, and all the heads that remain begin to kind of throw up, kind of spit up acid that splashes down in the water and starts to bubble. And then there's a bright blast as the creature collapses down into the water. But this blast of light is from the rock creatures exploding. One by one. Green light as they shrapnel. They don't hurt anybody as they blast away, seeming to fly around your bodies, not causing like the grenade-like impact that they should. But then you notice that the creature is still slowly writhing, and it's beginning to kind of stand back up, and the pieces of rock are beginning to layer themselves, like cake themselves to the heads, almost to like armor the creature. And at that point, there's this explosion. Everything goes white. And you all kind of get thrown back. And you're waiting to hit a wall. You're waiting to get knocked out. And you get thrown back. You kind of, everything slows down. And as you open your eyes, you're all floating. And everything around you is stars and gas and the Nyx. And the creature reels around like 30 feet away from you. You on one, all of you on one side, it on the other. Fighting this thing in the Nyx as is it's hurt. It does not look 100%, but this is it in its mythic form. Prepare for round 3. 5 minutes here, and here we go.
Fucking what?
Is there just a
Good times.
flying fish man? Pythias is just like floating through space.
I was in my cubby. I want to go back.
It's just hope movement's not
Space.
based off intelligence.
Oh no, that would be bad.
Why? I thought Troxy's over here was like winning blow. Yay, done, over.
I
It's
mean,
never
we
that
knew.
simple.
We knew.
Didn't want to be
It
fighting in the
was
fucking
cool.
Knicks.
We did not know about the Knicks.
Yeah.
I'm having the time of my life, though.
Fucking hate it. Hate everything about this.
I'll be back.
Round 3, fight.
Yeah.
Heard that
We
too
haven't burned through. I think probably only Pythias has burned through most of. No, actually, Pythias and Taraxi have burned through a lot of their special abilities.
I've run through a lot of stuff, yeah.
much. I don't have any real special
I
abilities.
don't have anything
besides
that can.
teleporting.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're a melee character. You're just a psychic melee character, which is weird.
I mean, if I miss, I have a chance to like auto hit it. Well, not auto, but roll a die,
Yeah.
make it hit. But I either roll really low and there's no point rolling the die because I'd have to get like an 8 on it to hit, or
Yeah, I had absorb elements, but since all I did was get thrown around by the thing, it didn't count for anything. I'm like, really no acid damage? No,
Yeah.
no, nothing, no.
Yeah. If I wasn't scared to stab it, I would cast haste on myself, but this thing is frightening.
I feel like I'm cursed to never hold concentration, even though my con save is pretty good.
Yeah.
Every time it's like you get 1 round with the spell. That's all you can count on.
The one
But
good thing
it's
about
fine.
Nikki going down is she saved her. I think Nikki's only cast 1 spell.
Yeah,
If that. Because I think she shot twice and then went down.
gave me bardic inspiration right at the beginning, which I didn't even
Yeah.
get to use.
So I mean that's
Because
not
I
even a
got-
wasted resource. You still have
No.
that.
Yeah,
We got this, guys.
Yeah.
We're not burned out.
yeah, totally fine.
It's not like it's gonna start throwing astral rocks at us or anything like that. There can't be legendary actions in the astral plane, right?
Oh God, I hope not.
This is the Knicks. You don't know what happens up here. This is where the gods live.
I just am waiting for it to be like, fuck it, I'm eating that little satyr right now. 6 attacks. And I'm taking a legendary action after myself. Screw you, satyr. Bye. I don't know. I don't know how I feel.
Alive for now.
Mhm.
I think we win. I don't think we get out unscathed.
Oh yeah, this
Gonna
is going
find
to
out.
come with the cost. No, this is coming with the cost.
Yeah. I mean, Ifara was concerned. Like, he's probably among the more conservative gods, but still.
Yeah, it's going to be one of those things where either one of us is going to wind up dying, or if we're super lucky, a god steps in.
I
Why
can
not
see us
both?
losing. I can see us losing 2 people if we don't do, because we did some really good damage in that first round. So it's not like just going through 2 more rounds is going to finish this.
No. Well,
So Pythias is down. So
Oh.
Pythias is down. Nikki's at 6 hit points. I mean, most of us are 1 to 2 strikes away from going down.
my thing is,
And this thing
Apex
does
is-
and this thing does 9 hits a round.
yeah.
Yeah.
Apex hasn't been touched yet, or he's
Yeah.
been hit once.
I have, but I'm 49 of 85,
Yeah. I'm at 49 as well.
and I haven't. I mean, I I still have slots to spend for cure wounds, so
Yeah. And I
like
think
I can go.
49.
Thankfully, it seems like we put everyone together, so you don't have to run far for
That's what I was gonna
Pythias.
say, because if Pythias is already down, then I can just go over and
Yeah.
work some better magic on him. Because
Yeah.
no one else is down yet, right? Just him. Well,
It's almost at a point to where right now we use it for triage. Like, don't worry about people who are low.
yeah.
Just if someone goes down.
You're not gonna be able to heal someone to survive the 28 bludgeoning damage that's coming your way.
Especially not if you're gonna roll all ones on your fucking sixes. But
It is rough.
that hurts, man. That's the first time I've seen that on a third level cure wounds.
I was
That's
like,
insane.
really? But it's not like I did anything. Like I literally just I clicked cast and then I rolled it on there and I'm like, are you kidding me? That
Yeah,
die roller is so broken.
that
I'm
is
not a big
that is
fan of it.
pain.
I mean, I have one more. I have one more spell slot at level 3. I've got 3 at level 2, and I've got 4 at level 1.
And all
So-
can use a healing if necessary.
Yeah.
I mean,
Because
if somebody gets me up, I haven't used any of my lay on hands.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the
See,
problem
I mean-
with you and Nikki being the ones that are going to go down soonest, because it's like you guys are also our other healers.
Yeah, I really shouldn't go down soonest. Like I ought to have good AC and be prepared for but yeah, it just happens.
I mean, it's hard when you get hit for a 30.
No
Yeah.
shit.
Even with that +2 from Blue Stone, it's like, yeah, that ain't gonna be enough.
No,
You
No,
have to
that's
move.
it. That was a straight up E Honda like 100 head.
You got to sway the hips. It distracts it.
I'm shocked he has an E-Honda fucking Jason's ass with 5 attacks.
He tried to.
This is the one creature that can just be like, I'm gonna focus Jason and fucking hit him. That's Telmoon's just
And-
like,
But see,
Well,
that's the
what
thing
phase
that's.
3 is.
But that's the thing that scared me too. He didn't use that many legendary actions.
use one.
I feel like he.
I
feel
think
like we're
that
gonna get
that
more.
charge uses 2, and then the tail uses 1.
Maybe.
Yeah,
So I think he
phase-
did use all 3 in that first round.
Oh
But in
my
the
phase
second
3 of the
round-
fight
God.
is kill Telman.
No. What is that? No. I don't like it.
I dare
Oh.
you.
Hey Mal, did you see?
dare
Did
you,
you see what
Liza.
Henry sent?
No, I didn't. What did
Oh,
it say?
dude, it's gonna make you cry.
Oh no. I don't even have my phone near me.
So Henry sent out a video of like somebody who has like complete control over every. I was just like, oh,
Wait, Cas complete what?
like they have complete control over what the players see, like you do, and then it's just like it's a click of a button on a little thing, and you're just like, are you kidding me? When you get a chance, check out the video
I'm
that
sure
Henry
it's like a
sent.
fantastic setup that I'm gonna.
Oh my
like,
god,
oh,
it's
God.
yeah.
Oh, it's gonna make me angry, and then I'm gonna have to go spend money to replicate it. That's what's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. All right, I'm ready though. Who got that last shot in?
It
No,
was
Peroxys.
Taraxis, yeah.
Peroxys.
So it stays at Taraxis as
Coward.
the world is like kind of reforming around you, just gaseous stars moving, twinkling. It's cold, but it's not frigid. The air is crisp, but then you still feel level. You almost feel otherworldly, and whatever is kind of giving you that same oomph is also giving this, maybe even more so, this creature a second chance at success here. That said, Apex, you are up. Now, the way this works is this is going to be less of strategic where you place your person. You can pretty much everyone's flying, so just describe what you're doing, and we'll go from there. Now,
Okay.
From distances, you all are kind of still clumped in this area with Pythias down. Fitz is over there, kind of like still the way, like it's like where you were in relation to the situation. You're still there, but now you're just like floating in space suddenly. Okay.
Okay. Apex kind of looks to his audience to the right, gives a shine with his like fang teeth, and he's like, "Watch this!" as he just flies through space as he goes towards all the heads of the Hydra.
Nice. When he just goes flying over there to strike. Sure enough.
And he is going to have his arms open as he's trying to wrestle with one of the heads.
Okay. So, is he trying to grapple a head, or is or are you more just punching and you're doing a melee and just?
I'm doing a melee.
Yeah. That's smarter.
And first one was going to be actually. Yeah, let's do. What do you say?
At advantage, remember Crusher?
Yes. So
I like these colors. This looks like a pastel from like the 80s, like a Masters of the Universe like toy box cover. I love it.
It's like what should have been on my peachy folder.
Well, if Masters of the Universe sold penises to kids, you know, like in the form of monsters, but you know, it is what it is.
Wait, they did it?
Actually, they probably did with Snake Mountain and a number of things that we played with as kids, right? Those guys ran around in underwear all their entire time.
Wearing down at his spirit as Apex is wrestling one of the heads and dealing 20 psychic damage to it.
Oh shit! Takes all that 20 psychic damage.
And second hit is a natural 20.
Ooh.
For a additional 16 psychic damage, and then following up with a bonus attack.
Oh my god!
I actually think that'll miss. That is, yeah, that's a 15 to hit.
It's gonna miss.
So,
but a lot of good damage there as you wrestle with this head. How much total damage did you do that turn? Did you do over 40?
30. I did 30. I did 36, I believe.
36, a little under. So yeah, you're just wrestling and punching this head, boom, boom, like over the top. And one of the most nearby heads just lashes out for a 26 to bite. Legendary action to bite Apex.
Okay.
And he will take. So you realize in game wise, the way I think this would be internalized is that now in this new form, the creature is moving much faster. So its legendary actions are suddenly its head strikes are just going off. As long as it's got a head, if that it pretty much has a legendary action for each head. For 24. No, sorry, that's not the damage. I didn't roll. That was the strike. The strike was 26. So I think I rolled the bite again. So the damage should have been 22.
Okay, that I will take that for reduced to 11.
Yep. All right. So one of the heads fires off. With Apodexis being done, because the creature is kind of coming into its form, and because this is kind of a new stasis, I'm gonna just move to Tyroxis. It would normally be its turn where it could just lash out and go all in. It's still gonna get that. I'm just gonna push it down to give. So Tyroxis, you're up.
How did we get back to Tyroxis so quick?
Well, because the last person that I'm sorry, the last person that struck was Tyroxis, right? Sorry, I said Apex, so it should not be Tyroxis. It should be the top of the round. Yeah. Silly me.
I was like, we should have more advantage on melee strikes.
Yes.
I was just mildly confused, but
that's my fault. What it should get then is, I don't feel good about this, but it is what it is. It is its turn then. It will strike at Apex again So, for the legendary actions, one went off, so it's gonna take. It's got all of its heads. Every bite is coming at Apex right now. For a nat 20 on the first one.
Silvery barbs.
Whew. Okay. Does that cancel it all out?
You have to re-roll that.
Reroll it. All right.
And I can give advantage to someone.
That head will re-roll. And
I'll give a.
That head will fail.
Who are our rogues? Is that Leto?
That's Leto and Apex.
Okay.
I mean, you could keep the advantage if you want.
But don't you get sneak attack if you have advantage?
I get sneak attack with Crusher getting critted by the fucking big Minotaur in our party.
I think is it not melee? Is it every attack?
Every attack. It says every attack roll.
Every attack, what happens?
Holy hell!
Every
yeah.
attack roll you make on the Hydra from the Crusher feat has advantage.
I'll take it.
Oh shit.
Take it.
The next one, so 2 have failed, 4 left. One head reaches out, snatches towards Telmoon. Hasn't been able to strike recently for 25. Doing 15.
Second twin disappears.
What the fuck?
Yeah, Mirage.
Wait, what do you do?
That was
Mirror
mirror
image.
image.
Oh my gosh. It will strike Telmoon
Telmoon's
again.
still dancing.
It seems to be
Come at me.
the slow intelligence of the creature is like, wait, no, I
And
should have
it's
tasted
funny
something.
because I've been hitting it by 1.
Oh,
I rolled 7 the first time. I rolled 9
fails.
the second time.
God damn it! It strikes.
The defense is
one
so
hand
good.
Strikes out at Taraxis. Oh my
Bring it
god!
on.
This should be so much more deadly than it is. 21 to Taraxis. Does that even hit?
It'll hit.
Will it hit?
That's fine.
13.
He's so fed up with not hitting me that he thinks 21 is a natural AC not to hit.
13
All right.
reduced to 6.
So it is either gonna fire off another shot. It's being smart enough to. It's not the smartest creature in the world. So he's gonna fire off another shot at something in front of it, like Apex, or that head on the side is gonna reap around and see the character that's floating, Pythias, and strike at the body that is floating. 4, 5, and 6. It's going for Pythias. 1, 2, 3. It's going for Apex. It's going for Apex.
Yeah.
Another bite. The last bite of its turn. For 27.
Yep.
24, which I know you're going to cut down, but 24 piercing damage.
Okay.
Top of the round with Leto, as all these heads are just lashing out. I mean, and this is all happening. You guys, I imagine, like, you know, you kind of see it in just kind of this Final Fantasy static field, but you guys are just kind of floating around in the ether, fighting this thing. Leto, you're up.
All right, Leto will hover his ass within 60 feet of the creature to throw one of 2 psychic daggers at him. All right, let's go. $24 for the first one. Might as well just get the damage out of the way. It's faster that way. Oh, wow. Not bad. 26, 30, 39 points of psychic damage for the first attack. And I'm going to throw a smaller dagger at him. Natural 20. Wow.
Make him
Fuck
dead.
you. Why couldn't I get that before?
So one of the heads is going to tear off from the psychic damage alone.
So the critical, this is a big critical, guys. Ready for this? Whopping 13.
It still takes it. Every little bit counts in this moment, As you tear that head away, and some of that power rips through this thing. You can tell that even though one of the heads, just the psychic damage, it just like it didn't tear off. It just exploded. It was like it like just swelled up and popped.
And I'll just look at it and flip them the birds.
All right, it will unnaturally ride through the sky there, and legendary action strike at Leto. How do you look?
Oh, bring it.
You look good.
Only thing that's hit me so far is
God damn it, I hate
Pythias' freak cousin.
Oh, the little strikeout at Apex.
Okay.
28.
Yep.
25 piercing damage.
All right.
And then it's that's its legendary action. Before we move to Pythias, who's at 20, right? The creature kind of yells out, and it just starts to like this hiss and this kind of roar that emanates out throughout the stars, and it makes this concussive boom, this blast. As I need a con save from everyone.
Shit. Hey, Nikki.
Oh, thank God.
This
It
is
specifically
by the way,
says-
it's a layer action.
It specifically says on your next throw for silvery barbs. It's my next roll, huh?
I think it is.
Oof.
And is it an auto fail for me? No.
It's an auto fail for you.
Yeah.
On the next
Figure.
attack,
Yeah.
ability check, or saving throw. Yeah.
Yeah.
Asshole. Wow.
That's
It
I
is.
wanted to
I
use
mean,
that on my attack.
There's no way this sound doesn't hit Pythias in the.
No. It totally makes sense.
Yeah. So his body's kind of blown back.
I got a natural 20.
Okay. And so, if that natural 20 is a pass, anyone else? What's the lowest roll?
12.
12. That would be a fail. Anything under 15 is a fail. It will do 20. What is the damage? Force damage that goes out from this blast. If you pass, take 10.
Okay.
Pythias would auto fail, so he is at 2 fails on his death saves. He is next. He's knocking on death's door here. Pythias, as that blast hits you and you're unconscious and floating within the Nyx in a weird way, even though you're from the ocean, everything, like atoms in our world, everything is made of the Nyx. So you're probably closer to where we all come from, to home, than anyone has ever been. And unconscious, what maybe memories, thoughts might be floating through his head in this moment?
I mean, if this is how it ends, then this is how we would want it. Fighting with friends.
Yeah. Fighting with friends. And so, Pythias, here and now, that layer action going off right before your turn, this success, because I'm sure your friends can save you, this success means you holding on long enough for someone to aid you. Pythias, do you have an inspiration token?
Don't think. Oh, I do, but it's been so long that I don't remember
if
what
you
it was
used it.
for.
If you have it and you haven't unclicked it, I'll allow you to use it.
Yeah.
So you get advantage on this roll.
Yeah.
But nothing added to it. You just need a 10 up. If they both are under, then this is where Pythias returns to the Mother Thassa, to the Nyx, to the Deep.
Right. That's it.
No. Pythias, where do you think that in this moment, if you were 3 weeks ago, a week ago, sitting outside of this place before you journeyed down into this cavern, when you were sitting around a campfire with your friends, I'm sure you've thought about death before. You've thought about going and venturing out to the world, and it was a dangerous place. Where would you, with a world where myth is both real, and what do the Tritons expect to happen when they pass over into the great beyond, into the Nyx, into the underworld? What is it that they believe, or what is it that you believe?
Mm-hmm. I mean, this is kind of morbid and kind of gross, but like if you're under the ocean, you don't get buried, you don't get cremated. The dead are just there, and you just kind of rot away, and then you're part of the ocean around you now. So I guess it's kind of appropriate being here in the Nyx, being even closer to the origin of things, that Pythias is going to, at least he would believe that he's going to become a part of the universe again. Probably be there with his friends, even if they won't feel him, won't hear his voice. And that's being a person who has ventured out into this strange place for him, to have come this far is remarkable. I think, he'll be thinking of how he hopes they'll remember him.
And he feels himself journeying back. But what he thought was going to be a feeling of cold, the ocean can be it's a dog-eat-dog world. It can be a very rough place, and he's always understood that. If he was to die in the sea, he'd be fodder for other things that go on, that live on. Maybe his energies return, like you said, back to Thassa. But it is not cold. Maybe not in the traditional way that normal mortals describe cold. It is a cold that is the warmth of Thassa's tentacles, of her oceanly embrace. And he feels himself fading, but it's almost so it's like a warm embrace. It's the kind of embrace that makes you realize, why would I want to stay on this side? Why would I want to be where everything is a struggle, right? Day after day. And he realizes this feels right. And his friends don't see a bloodied and a bruised and a beaten friend, but they see his body restored and slowly dismantling, reassembling itself into the stars, into the nicks around them. And the stars begin to swirl. And in this moment, as this creature still wants to kill every single one of you, the stars above you are forming a symbol of a Triton in the sky, holding his long sword and not that stupid mace that you wanted him to go into the galaxy wielding. And as it forms, everything gets dark, and just for a moment, you're all in darkness, but you can see that constellation of Pythias, the great paladin of Thassa, who, whether it was for Thassa or, I imagine it probably was just for friends, like what he fought for. Pythias, can you dump out every divine smite, all of your spell slots, and roll all the damage you have on this creature?
That's a lot of divine smites, but okay.
Whatever spell slots you have left.
Okay. Let's start with the third. Okay, that's 9. 25. 9. 35. That is 39.
39 damage. Anything else? It's taking all of this, and it doesn't even seem like a blast. It seems like it's a moment where the creature's life source is being sucked out of it. Because I described it as being so dark, and just the only light being there, being Pythias' symbol. And for the rest of you, it should provide some source of, you realize he's looking down on you. You realize he's no longer on the battlefield, but he's all around you. Who was up next? If I've lost myself for a second. Give me a second to reset.
That was Pythias' turn.
It was Pythias' turn when he went. So then it should be Telmoon, son of Telamon. As all the Nyx began to come back, you realize that not only do you see kind of like the image of the visage of Pythias there, but Nylea is there, and you feel behind the creature the presence of Phoenix fighting back here. But Pythias has wrecked this thing. You don't see the thing screaming or writhing, but it's just like all the Nyx energy. Pythias sapped as much of it as he could and took it. Telmoon, you're up.
Telmoon's gonna just take a quick second to fuck. He's going to take a quick second to kiss his rapier and throw it up to the sky. And then you're going to see him do that same thing he did before. Fire starts dancing. You see it swirling around an invisible lance shape. And he's going to fly it straight up one of these dudes' throats. I'm going to need another intelligence save.
He is the lance.
It fails, and while it, because Nylean is here, covering and holding Pythias, it has robbed it of its legendary resistance, and so on a natural roll, it fails. Give it its damage.
All right. It'll take 17 fire and 34 psychic. And
how do you avenge your friend in this moment? Finish this thing for your party. Show Phoenix and the gods that are against you in this moment that you are all still strong, and that you have not succumbed. That they can take one, they can take many of you, but they cannot break the bronze bullies. How do you show them?
oh man. Yeah. Yeah, I already said I was aiming down the throat, so I'm gonna have to go out the back of his head, out the back side. And honestly, I'm not even thinking about all that right now, like as much as it usually is for the glory of Perforos. In this moment, it's just this thing needs to die.
And I imagine as you go in, there's a moment where you all see Talmud slicing through and taking the head from the creature. And the rest of the heads are in such agony and pain, they begin to reel back and they begin to spill and bleed Nick's energy. And the rest of the party is almost able to come in and do their worst. Is there anyone else who would describe how they are attacking this creature? If not, Talmud, is that one head is causing the rest of the creature to drop. Anyone else?
Apodexis would use a Chardalyn stride and come down feet first, feet blazing with dragon fire, and spear coming down.
Tearing off another head.
Taroxy's fly dashes with flames at his feet and slams into a head with his horns with enough force to break the neck and snap it off.
Beautiful, awesome in all of its glory.
Is there one left?
There's two left.
So,
but I imagine like you've taken one. Fitz, Apex, would you?
Oh, Fitz is like ugly crying and is like, "You stupid lizard! None of us were supposed to die in here." And she's just unleashing arrows into like the same spot, like over and over and over again.
And there's so many going into the same head. Its head, one of the jaws goes slack, and then that head explodes in the stars, gore and goo that just kind of drifts off into the ether. And Leto, you hear almost like the conversation between the gods. You hear like a Nylea in like exuberation, like finish it. Like she's not saying it directly to you, as she's saying to everyone, but you're the one with the dial channeled in to where you hear her actual voice, excited, like yes, destroy. What is your last? Is there anything Leto does to this thing?
Yeah, he's gonna throw 3 knives. So his soul knife normally looks like a dagger. He transforms it into a trident, and then it turns into a just giant blade, and he goes to decapitate the last head, not across, but vertically. He is cutting the damn thing all the way down to the neck.
As it goes all the way down to the neck. And it's at the same finishing moment, all of this happening at the same time, at the finishing moment that Tel Moon strikes through true with his blade. And this thing falls away, and peels away, and bursts. And the image of Nylea, and you don't even fuck the gods, right? As they kind of dissipate into the background. As it's just you all within those stars, around those stars. And slowly the stars begin to kind of twinkle out, and as everything kind of comes back to some sense of normal, if you can even call this world this at this point with where you've been, you expect to splash down into that murky water and to be in that cave again, and you're all heaving there as everything goes black around you, and you feel that kind of warmth and that cold in the night air. And you hear the rustling of the trees, you hear the morning chirping of the birds beginning to wake up. And you're standing outside of the mouth of the cave. Pegasi are there, kind of neighing. Jerome is there, the skeletons surrounding Proxinos, and they all, Jerome looks like shook, like what was he watching, like, you know, like all this happening, but there you are. And no body of Pythias comes back, but what does is there is a glimmering form of him in the stars, and it's slowly fading. Pythias is there. You realize as you've become part of the Nyx here, as they're slowly being drawn away from you now, as you guys were so close, and now you're being kind of pulled back up into the stars. There is this moment where you get to, kind of like Zen did, talk to them, where they get to see you in this kind of like holy Elysium form. Is there anything that you want to say or share before you go to this new place?
Yeah, so you see him at first locked into that like pose where he has that long sword drawn, and he turns and smiles. And he says, I was worried about what was going to come, but I'm glad that we're all together here. I'm going to be fine. But all of you, you need to protect each other and band together to do what's right. I've tried not to be angry, but also to always find the things that have gone wrong and fight to make them right. And I want you to remember me and to do that. You have good hearts. And you're already great. I'll be watching you and waiting for when you can join me. And then he turns back and is locked back into that fighting pose.
And I don't want to move away from his friends unless they have anything. If they don't, I don't want to intrude. But
I hope he's still wearing his Bronze Bullies merch.
he is. He is. When you go to the afterlife, when you go to Elysia, you wear the best of what you remembered in your life, your residual self. So I'm sure he is. And as we kind of push in and the wind is slowly blowing, the party's standing there, looking as he fades away. Kind of push on them there in that moment as they're taking it. They have been heroic. They've done so much for this world that so many don't even know about, right? And there on the ground as the wind blows and these skeletons surround Proxinos, kind of pushing on still his body, one of his pinkies kind of twitches, and then we kind of fade to black, and there's a heel set by this never completely setting sun in this beautiful place. And the tall grass, the wheat grass is blowing, and we see the silhouette of Proxinos standing on his father, who kind of towers over him. And there's no words, there's no conversation, but Proxinos begins to walk away. Father nods, and he turns in all his Acroian gear. Pinthos begins to march away. They both begin to go separate ways. Father marching down a hill, Proxinos going another way. And as Pinthos is walking away towards the sun, he can see two figures coming towards him. And as they approach, he goes, "You're here just in time. It's your choice, but I hope you'll join the fight. I hope you will stand by my side here in Elysia." As we pull back, flanked on either side, they don't say a word. Zen stands by Pinthos, flanked by Pythias. As these, in the afterlife, the battle goes on. Fade to black. We'll end tonight there. Thank you all for playing.
I come for the adventure, I stay for the depression.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
This
I
is
look
why
back
we
when I
play,
was,
because it matters when you fail.
It really, yeah.
I hate when it's unexpected. There's always the feeling of like, if I feel like bad things are gonna happen, it's like
Yeah.
I mentally prepped for it. But when it's out of the blue, it is
It just hits
very
you.
much.
As you can see, I didn't prep for this tonight. I didn't prep to lose anybody. That wasn't the goal. Yeah.
y'all remember when we were just making dick jokes about?
The duality of Dungeons and Dragons.
Wow.
I was starting to get fine too until you fucking brought us back for that one last moment. I was like, oh, son of a bitch.
Because then, I mean, there's just a cyclical cycle in Theros. It just,
Oh, fucking.
yeah.
Before we went into that cave, Fitz made everyone promise that no one was gonna fucking die, and I'm really disappointed in you, Pythias. Not really. I'm so sad.
I'm the worst. I know.
Ever since Leto has joined up, there has been a member dying every.
Yeah, this connection to the Knicks has been. Yeah, it's like pulling people.
My heart
to
can't
it.
take it.
Oh my god, I didn't.
I don't know
I
how
think
much.
it hurt too because I don't think I've ever lost. I don't think I've ever lost a character you call in a like outside of Alien, like like in a game like this. Yeah.
And Meteors.
Yeah, man. Yeah, that was rough. I didn't want. I hate when the blast, but it was that act, and I was like, I knew that's what. I hate when that happens, but it.
When you fudged it before, you didn't have it chomping down.
Yeah,
So.
it was such a I wanted to give him every opportunity to get out of it, but I mean, you gave him a beautiful send off. I think those words, all that was beautiful, and
See if these guys listen to what he said.
yeah.
What hits me just as hard was mechanically, you're the only one of us that could have fixed this.
Yeah.
My turn came too late to even do anything for him.
Yeah.
I was like, wait,
Technically,
Go ahead.
technically, Fitz took some damage and is also not doing so great. Might be down.
That saves. You came up to cry and then fainted again.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So she would have been death saves, yeah, which there's somebody say.
Renee will
I
take
got
care of
caught
that.
up in the moment and totally forgot.
She
Oh
woke
my
up,
God.
just started
It's
sending
okay.
unconscious arrows like point blank it. Point blank it just
I am so sorry. I really did not want any. Like, this wasn't supposed to be someone gone tonight, but it was supposed to be a challenging fight. But
I need a DM ruling, and I'm cool with it if you like don't allow it. Please tell me Leto didn't hear any of that in his head because we were cyclically connected.
Here, what do you mean?
What Pythias
Pythos?
was thinking. In
He
his
shared,
last
he
fucking
shared,
month.
No, he shared that with you.
I was talking to
He
you.
was talking to you. That's why I gave you guys a chance to respond back.
No. When he first
Oh, when he
dropped,
first. Okay.
when you asked Colin,
yeah.
like, what does
Got
he
it.
think?
And he was just sharing. He was saying he thinks he's going to go to nothing. I
Yeah.
think that was just for him. I think
Okay,
that was
thank
just
God.
for him. Yeah. I think that was just for him.
Because that would have been like a hell of a character arc.
Yeah.
Like, okay, I'm gonna go drink my
Dang.
fucking brains out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
I was,
Like this became secret so fast.
That's how you deal with fantasy depression, alcoholism. Let's go.
He's never lost anyone while he's been linked with them, so it's like, oh shit. Because he doesn't use it often or ever really.
We're naming the boat after him, right?
yeah, man. That guy's going to have to be.
So, Colin, did you just take the trident and just chuck it into the abyss? Like, fuck this. Like, never want to see it again.
No, I think it came back with you. It's there on the ground.
Just a pile of his belongings. Just
We will always carry this
Yeah.
trident to remember you.
Damn, man. What a. That was.
Man.
That was. Wow.
Can't blame nobody on it. It's just how
It's
it
just,
felt.
yeah.
That would happen, yeah.
And it's what a mythic creature would do for sure.
Yeah.
It sees the weakness, especially if it's mad at us. Like,
Yeah.
It was pretty. And
Yeah.
by the way, in its mythic, so I didn't play this how normal. Like it didn't. It was a little different than the way the book describes mythic. So in mythic form, it actually didn't go all the way back up to like. It didn't have like a. It wasn't like a fighting a new creature. It actually, but it balanced out because it actually was like a stronger creature in its natural form, and that chose to treat mythic form as more of a desperation version of the creature, where it can attack harder, but it can do more damage quicker, but it's closer to it's closer. It's still closer to death. Because I think the game makes it the way Theros writes it right now. I think it's it kind of just makes you fight the creature all the way over again from scratch, which I don't think is fun. But so I had kind of planned it that way. So I just didn't. When I did the lair action, it was like already in my mouth, and I'm like, Titus is down. This is about to get rough. So but if Nylea was there to help him and he still didn't, then maybe it's meant for him to be in the underworld, and he doesn't have to partake in that fight. But if that gives him, if Penthos gives him, because Penthos is
who's
building an
Thassa at
army.
war with?
What's that?
Who's Thassa at war with?
So this is what I think would be at this point transferred to you through Leto to better understand. But it seems to be that Thassa is going with Heliot. She's kind of going with whatever his commands are. So she's not really at war with anybody, but that puts her at odds with Nylea, who is trying to get her on board with what we're doing here on land. Like, we're not following Heliot right now. We need to make some different moves. Heliot has asked, which you know because Heliot told you, he told Thassa to release her Krakens. I think what was shared with Leto is that Thassa doesn't have her bite it, so controlling her Krakens is not the smartest thing to do without her bite it. But Heliot's like, fuck that, release them. So that's where Nylea's at odds a little bit as well. The coming of Polokranos, which thing is, you guys fought it in its infancy before it got big enough to literally be the World Eater. It was starting to wake up. It was hibernating. That's why it was hissing in that cave that entire time. It was supposed to be kind of growing. And so by killing, the thing is Polokranos usually spells some kind of doom age for the world by it showing up. But you've at least finished it off, so it's not, you saved it from rampaging any of the other polis, any other cities. So there's that. Afara seems to be on you guys. So if there was like an allegiance of sides, Nylea, Afara, Karametra, all probably on this side. Perforos seems to be doing his own thing because he likes the world kind of just going up in flames, and so it can be something new. And he just wants to humble Heliot. So he's probably working on a new weapon because his weapon is in the hands of another right now. Maybe it's a god killer. Maybe it's not. Who knows what Heliot's doing? And then Phoenix is fighting Erebos in the underworld.
And what about Krufix?
Krufix is standing at the edge of it all, trying. Him and Clothis are kind of work. This is now we're outside of what your characters know. Krufix and Clothis are trying to bring this shit all together before it unravels, and doing their best together because. So, what Clothis is realizing is that one of the groups cut the strands of destiny for Phoenix, but Clothis's job is to keep the Titans at bay, but she's also needs to keep Destiny. But when she realized, she normally doesn't like people tampering with Destiny, but then she also realized that if she wasn't going to tamper with her own Destiny, then the Titans were going to be freed. So she allowed the heroes to tamper with the Destiny, and now that's causing other Destinies and other fates to fray. So her and Phoenix are trying to fucking patch shit up. And so all of Theros is in some. But what's funny is in the world itself, the mortals aren't really seeing. It hasn't become a major thing where you guys are all seeing it as much as it's more like rumors and things like that happening. So I mean, you still haven't even. Apple hasn't even been to Oreskos yet. So there's a lot. Oh man, yeah. Damn it. There's so many things. But yeah. So that's kind of what's going on.
Oh man.
Well,
Can you still be our voice of reason from beyond the grave, or do we just become a lot more chaotic?
Yeah, you seem to have
I don't
roles so
know.
that people can talk to you from time to time. So that's one thing.
I can't wait to see your goth rebirth character.
We'll see.
I know.
Stay away from Heliod and don't be a fucking Minotaur. That's all you gotta know about rebuilds.
Damn, I would have not expected. I would not want to lose Pythias tonight.
We always knew it was going to be a snake, though, didn't we? Call it from your track record.
What did it have to be snakes?
The legacy of Sakar lives on.
Yeah, it's like
I even said that
Always
too in
a
the chat.
snake.
I was just like, he's gonna Indiana Jones this, isn't he?
I thought you guys knew for the past 2 episodes that you're gonna fight a Hydra. I was like, they're probably like, we're gonna fight this Hydra.
No idea.
I thought
I was
way
50-50.
worse.
I was 50
Clearly,
Oh,
Chekhov's Hydra.
oh.
Look at this model, guys. So cool. We'll
Yeah.
put that away for a month.
On Instagram, I was like, okay, nice Hydra there, Mal. But
And I didn't expect you. I expected you to go around the aboleth, leave that, go fight the big bad. You know, so it was like we stayed
Don't-
here.
don't introduce a big bad to this group. They instantly go fight.
Yeah.
This is
There
like
was
the
zero
party
chance.
of the Hulk.
He was
monster.
literally just supposed to. The aboleth is literally just in the dungeon because he controls the guys that you fought before. Those are like his.
Yeah.
And then he played with you by having you toward, but then he thought, okay, they'll go away after that, right? He's not
He
expecting-
should have stayed in the hole. Stop talking shit. Fuck that dude.
Now there's also some stuff we'll probably need to talk about.
Yeah, so we need to talk about this to find out, because I actually I didn't really ask you before this, but I thought we had talked about you like leaving at some point, right? Or maybe you're staying. We'll talk. We'll decide on what that
What
is.
character is Nick gonna play next?
So we don't fucking know. Just
Yeah, we'll
both.
need to talk about which
Oh.
one stays and which one goes away for a while, since there's a chance now of bringing one of them back. I know you guys have gotten really happy with Apple. I feel really bad because I finally just painted Apple, so he may want to stick around. I don't know.
By the
Apple?
way,
Apple,
Am I going
Apex,
somewhere?
Apex.
by the way, I will say that every time you say that, you're not actually wrong, because his actual name is Apollo.
See, just stop giving me shit, man. Apple 1, Apple 2, Apollo, Apex, all these.
You didn't know that till right now, though.
I did it.
We knew
but
that.
It's hard, man. Listen, man. Apex. You try doing this for 4 hours where you just keep going back and forth.
Rule
They
number
call
3, it
call
must be
7,
an
8
A.
people by
It must be an
fantasy
A or a T
names.
name.
You
That's
call
what
one
we
of your
call it.
friends by the.
Only an
listen.
A or a T.
We should do
I
that once
tried.
everybody has died. We should just make all the same name, like the same first letter. Just make it
Oh,
more
it's so
difficult.
hard.
I tried to
X,
avoid
X,
that. I'm
Fox,
like,
Fox.
which ones we got? I was like, okay, we got a T. We got 2 T's. And I was like, we got an F. We got an A. I was like, all right, I need something that's not
Yeah.
taken.
Oh my.
Uh,
Yeah, I like it like that, where it's just like, you got your Pythias, you got your Fitz, you got
'Cause
your.
I get confused. Shit.
Oh man, those two are tough.
We
for
no
me.
longer have our Pythias. I'm
Yeah.
sorry to
Oh.
say.
I know, but Colin, thank you for your.
Always a
You
great
play
pleasure.
death as amazing as you play your character in life. So much honor and yeah. So
And I'm ready for you not to be the heart of the party. I want to see that Colin come back. I want to see Agatha come back, bro.
Oh my
mean,
God, Colin
also-
was he was.
Tons
Long
of
may he
congratulations. Congratulations on a character that managed to get killed off before he was forced into a romance.
There we go.
What are you talking about?
he-
He had
What
that
was
one night with the redhead satyr.
Right? I was gonna say,
That
yeah,
doesn't count. That was very casual. That was just everybody was doing that.
Excuse you, sir. Don't cheapen the moment.
That was SaberCon. It's fine. We don't talk about
Yeah.
SaberCon.
Yeah. What happens at Bardstock stays at Bardstock.
That seems to be the critter. Like that was what defines you taking your roleplay to the next level when you start a relationship with another player in game. That defines a whole new level of roleplay.
No, Colin gets in relationships with every NPC he meets. His characters meet. According
And
to the
if there
fan
isn't
fiction.
one, the DM will make one.
Yeah.
That's great. Oh man.
But I gotta run for the night. Thank
Yeah.
you, Colin,
Take care,
for your
Josh.
fantastic performance, and thank the rest of you
God.
for surviving, because I need you guys.
Yeah.
Oh.
I needed Pythias too, but Well, I can't wait to meet his goth cousin brother twice removed, who is a vampire slayer and a werewolf.
Oh God, what would a goth Triton look like?
Yeah,
it
right?
just builds
Oh.
character.
Catfish?
He's gonna have like the
Catfish.
one scale fin that kind of hangs over the eye.
Oh yeah.
You're gonna be the mechanical, the anvil rot